three. You get 3 total.
Okay.
Alrighty. There we go. Let me open up all my stuff.
Caroline. Yeah, same thing, Caroline. You get 3
Yeah,
aspects.
I've been thinking on what to do the last one.
Oh, like that's a good trouble.
What?
She's a PR person, and all of her life is on her phone.
Yeah. And whatever. Her trouble is overly attached to her phone.
Aw.
Aw. I like it. Okay. And skills, I guess. Stunts?
Yeah, we'll do stunts once everybody gets their skills figured out.
Oh, okay. I gotta figure out what. Can you send me what these mean?
Skills? It's in the chat log.
Oh, okay, good. This one?
Yep. And there's a skill list. You can also make up skills, but I don't think that's going to be necessary.
Okay. Let's see. I'm gonna say probably rapport.
Are we going with 2 stunts?
Woo!
Yeah. Yeah. Standard 2 stunts.
Dang. Standard 2 stunts.
Is there a thing for stunts somewhere? Is it in that link that you sent?
Yeah, if you click on the skill and scroll down, there's a stunt. There's an example of the stunts. But there's not like a set list of them. You sort of just make them up. And the general pattern that it follows is like you get a bonus to a roll in a particular situation. So like I get +2 to blank when blank. Like Karen had a really good one. I get +2 to rapport with wealthy members of the opposite sex.
Hey.
Yeah.
Hey.
Hey!
So there's that. I get a bonus to rolls in a particular situation. There's stunts that let you swap skills, so you can use a skill for something that it's not intended to. Like Shield of Reason. I can use lore as a defense against provoke attempts, provided you can justify your ability to overcome your fear through rational thought and reason. So it's like, yeah, I can use physique instead of fight when enraged. Like that's how I would do like a barbarian. And the last one is like a once per session thing. Once per session I can do blank. The most extreme example of that I've ever heard was a guy who was a shark man. And his stunt was once per session I can eat anyone my size or smaller.
I love that.
But you could obviously like make it way more narrow than that. Somebody in a game recently was like, I can swap. She had crafts baking, and it allowed her stunt let her swap crafts for rapport when she had time to prep, and it was called I Brought Cookies.
Aw.
So stuff like that. But yeah, so it's I get a +2 to whatever skill when in this particular situation. Like one of them's duelist, I get a +2 to fight when on a one-on-one duel. Or it's I get you swap 2 skills around, or it's like I can do one weird thing per session, and you get 2 of those.
Am I doing this one right? I don't know.
Yeah.
You just put the names in there?
Yeah.
Okay, so I have. Okay, that's fine.
Can you, as a stunt, say I want to trade rapport for provoke
Hmm.
under certain conditions, but I don't have provoke in any of my skill slots. Can I do that?
I mean, it would mean you were rolling a 0.
Gotcha.
It wouldn't be very helpful because
Okay.
the skill would be lower. The inverse would be good because you have really good rapport.
This is true.
Like swapping rapport provoke, like you're just good at needling people, but very underhandedly.
Okay.
But yeah, swapping provoke for rapport.
Okay.
Because it would just let you
Let me do it.
yell it. Yeah, it would just let you
Okay.
yell at people, but then you'd be rolling the lower skill.
Okay, gotcha. So I've named my +2 to rapport with wealthy members of the opposite sex. Hey, handsome.
Yeah.
And my father will hear of this. +2 contacts. +2 to contacts when someone is rude to me.
I don't know. I feel like if you're gonna do it, my father will hear of this. You should be Draco Malfoy.
No, I'm gonna be a
Oh, yeah.
paid friend. I go on vacation with you. For rich people, for lonely rich people.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That sounds good. Oh, Caroline,
Yeah.
what's your best skill? What are you using?
Contacts.
Contacts, okay. I'm trying to figure out what my skills would be. I think I'm putting drive for the top one.
You're like a weekend race car driver?
Aw.
I thought that was like, this is my drive to do things.
No, it's literally
Nope.
your ability to drive a car.
Well, maybe now I drive cars. I don't know.
I don't know.
Change
You
it.
could be like Tony Stark, okay? He can drive a car really well.
No, I didn't say you couldn't do it. I was just telling you
Making
that this
sure.
will is like your willpower, like your drive to succeed.
Okay, so maybe I need will there. I'll put
Ah.
drive as the lower end. I mean, no, I wouldn't know how to drive. Never mind.
But drive is
That's
like
beneath me.
drive is literally driving things.
Okay, good
Oh.
to know.
But it could be a stick shift. I'm gonna put that in. Like some safari jeeps and shit.
Safari jeeps.
You fight. You take Krav Maga on the weekends.
Yeah, I mean, she's like, the body is a temple. You must, do all these
Gluten
things.
free, sugar free,
Gluten-free, sugar-free.
no dairy, no meat.
All right,
Some sort of weird smoothies in the morning. Yeah, that kind of chick.
With
Kale.
wheat grass.
Kale.
She doesn't
I'll be
eat
right back.
bread. So is there anything good on Humble for sale that anyone would recommend?
Is there anything on Humble? I get the emails. I haven't checked recently.
Or like in the Steam store? Because I actually already have everything that I want right now, and I just play the shit out of like 2 games.
It's pretty much where I'm at. Well, for Humble Bundles, it's James Bond comics, it's the Java Books bundle, and then what's the Stellar Sci-Fi? Oh, more books. I don't recognize any of them.
Store to see what's on games, and there's nothing I really want.
Yeah.
So I explained how invoking an aspect worked, like calling on it to give yourself a bonus.
Mm-hmm.
You have to spend your fate points. You have 3. You have to spend them to do that. The inverse of that is what's called I forget what it's called. You can like provoke people into particular behaviors based on their aspects by offering them a fate point. And most of the time, it's going to be me, the GM, going. Look at Susie's character. Like I might provoke Susie. I might be like, I'll give you a fate point because you'll do anything for good PR to pose with this picture with this guy you hate.
Ah, shit.
You can have it. And then she can decide to either take the fate point. Now she has an extra fate point to spend later, or she can spend a fate point to like counter it to get rid of it, and then she doesn't have to do whatever the behavior I'm trying to get her to do is.
Okay.
That's how like the economy of fate points works. So the reason I gave all of you guys access to each other's character sheets is because you can do that to each other.
Ooh.
Oh.
Okay.
You can offer the other players a fate point to be like, Caroline's phone falls down a cliff and she doesn't want to go down there and get it. But you could be like, I'll give you a fate point to try to climb down this cliff and get your phone because you're overly attached to your phone.
Makes sense.
Yeah, so stuff like that. And I, as the GM, will try to shove fate points down your throat as quickly as possible to get you to do things you don't want to do. And there's a spot up at the top of your character sheet to keep track of them.
So if I want to do something like a stunt, so I want to do like my body as a temple stunt, what would I get a plus something to, or are there
Constitution?
rules?
Like physique, my body is a temple plus
Okay.
plus 2 to physique when there has to be like a
You've got a smoothie in your hand.
I think maybe plus 2 to physique when using it to overcome something.
You're like, guys, it's fine. I don't eat bread. And then, I don't know, you like take care of something.
Yeah, no, guys, it's fine. I don't eat bread. I'm real, and I can climb this rock thing.
Yeah, something, yeah, like that.
Or because you work out and your body is a temple all the time. Like if you were in an
Oh.
arm wrestling match.
How about plus 2 to physique when
To create an advantage on an innocent wrestling. When attacking?
no when being attacked. I don't know.
You would have to be more specific, like the take a blow stunt.
Okay.
You can use physique to defend against fight made with fist or blood instruments, though you always take 1 shift of stress on a tie. You could use that. Fissure my body as a temple stunt.
Which one? This one? You can use
Yeah.
against attacked.
Once per session, at the cost of a phase point, you can reduce the severity of a moderate consequence in physical nature or a mild consequence. Yeah.
Tough as nails or take the blow.
Yeah. Or grappler.
Hmm.
If it turns out you do jujitsu.
I do jujitsu.
Jujitsu?
Jujitsu.
Yeah, I think take a blow is closer to what you're looking for. Yeah, Brazilian jiu-jitsu. And then you get 1 other stunt, and then as soon as you're done with your stunts, I think everybody else is done.
I'm gonna go to the bathroom real quick.
You get 2 of them.
Yeah, I'm gonna change it. I'm gonna. I don't know. Paste. Strength from determination. Use will instead of physique.
Yeah, you can do that. That's a really good one for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can literally like mentally force yourself into another place.
And then maybe crafts. Let me look at what they have here. Better than new. Always making useful things. How about that? I always make useful things.
You're like a tinkerer?
I don't know.
Whenever you succeed with style on an overcome action to repair a piece of machinery, are you going to be repairing? Is crafts a thing you have?
Yeah, crafts.
What do you craft though? It's like a specific thing. Like, do you craft perfume?
Yes.
Because then that stunt would just let you make really, really, really good perfume.
Then yes.
Okay. Put it on the. Make sure you put perfumes on the character sheet, or maybe you're actually like a chemist.
Okay, I'll put crafts,
put
chemistry.
Okay. Works with me. All right. When everybody returns, I believe we are good to go.
Yeah, I know arts and crafts. What do we do with this stress things? I guess we don't do anything there.
That's just for when you get whacked.
And consequences or extras?
The consequences are for when you get whacked, and extras we're not going to worry about. So,
Oh.
We're just going to wait on Kara.
Okay, well, hopefully this character is not completely useless.
Oh, I'm back.
You're all going to be completely useless.
The music.
Thank you, Archer. I appreciate that.
This music is
So-
cracking me up.
You guys are in. You're gonna find yourselves at the beginning in like a lounge in a waiting room. It's sort of like a bar. There's a small bar at least off in the corner with a guy mixing drinks. You've paid whatever fee it was and flown from whatever destination you came from to get to here. And from here, there's a dock outside where you'll be loaded into a boat and taken to the island where the resort is. And the resort is a zombie hunting resort. It's been about 4 or 5 years since like the war with the zombies ended, and they were all pushed out. But what happened was the private contractors, private companies started taking contracts from the government for cleanup, which is just where they go into an area and kill all of the remaining zombies. And the company that bought this has opened this island, which is isolated and full of zombies, has opened it up as a resort for people who want to blow off some steam. So you're in this like fancy, you're in this fancy waiting lounge. There's maybe a dozen other people sitting around, sipping on champagne, eating out of big bowls of fruit. Hey, there's Ryan. Eating out of big bowls of fruit. Sort of just hanging out. What are you guys doing?
I think I'm probably on a call on the phone in the next to the window, and I have my trusty assistant not too far, probably taking notes or something of what I'm saying while I'm talking on the phone.
And
Doing
everything
exactly
is like white, and the glass in the windows, the giant windows, are frosted.
So
Um,
I'm just.
yeah.
Oh,
And
continue.
there's just tables. Go ahead.
I'm just sitting somewhere, probably sipping let's see here, sipping a whiskey sour in a good old fashioned glass, with Vogue open on one knee.
Okay.
So
Who are
reading
you
a
here
magazine.
with? Did you get hired to come here?
I did get hired to come here, but my dear sweet friend couldn't make it, and he felt so bad. And he said that I should
Okay.
go on without him.
Okay. So you're here flying solo?
Oh, what a sweet man. Yes, he treats me so well.
Oh,
And what do you guys look
What
like?
oh, okay. Well, I have light brown hair, power bun. I'm actually wearing it's a casual suit, if you could call a suit casual. It'd be about as casual as she gets. She has a nice black skirt on that has pinstripes, and a white shirt with a collar, and a overjacket on top.
Cool. And Caroline, you're sitting nearby taking notes on the call. What does Caroline's character look like? What does Jane look like?
Fairly tall, wearing like definitely wearing a business suit because of course. And her hair's in like a slicked back ponytail with light makeup and like heavy glasses. Very, very no nonsense.
Okay. And then Alex, what is your character doing / look like?
So my character is off in the corner. He's
Hey.
just like scratching his arms. He every so often he reaches for his big army duffel bag, and he just like kind of tugs at it just to like make sure it's there, and then like just will casually sip out of a hip flask and just look around and just he's really not. He seems like he's paying attention and like scoping everyone out, but he's really not. He's not even in this realm right now. He's fucking gone.
Ryan, are you on? You are. Do you remember how to make a fate character, Ryan?
No.
Okay, so you need to start with your high concept and your trouble, your first two aspects. So your high
Remember when we
concept's-
played Firefly?
Yeah,
From when we played the short Firefly game, it's like that.
Yeah. Okay. I didn't realize that was fate. Okay.
yeah, same
You
same
got
thing. So you come up with a high concept, which is like a one-line description for your character, the trouble, which is the thing that always gets you in trouble, and then your last aspect is just something that like tells us more about your character.
Okay.
And
When
then-
you're done with that.
The skills are linked on the chat log
On Roll20.
on Roll20.
Yeah.
Why are you such a shithead, Nicole? Jesus. Hey!
Oh man. Okay. So if I'm standing there in the window looking out, what do I see?
The glass is all frosted, so you can't actually see much out of the windows, except for the big giant set of double like folding glass doors that lead out to the dock. And there's a short like pier, and then out past the pier over the water, which is calm. The skies are blue. You're in someplace semi-tropical. You see way off in the distance, maybe 2 miles out onto the water, the shoreline of the island that you guys are headed to.
Okay. I think out of the corner of my eye, I notice someone sitting there drinking. So I'm gonna ask my assistant. Oh no. What was your name again? Hold on. I'll just invent one for you. Okay. Carmen,
Emily.
assistant, lady. Do I know
Yes,
that?
ma'am.
Do I know that woman over there?
I do believe you run into her at a few social functions before.
Great, great. And what was her name? Do you recall?
Let me check. Karen, what's your character's
Good
name?
job.
Robin. It's
Her name-
Robin.
Her name is Robin, ma'am.
Robin. Okay, yeah, I think I vaguely recall seeing her name on a guest list somewhere. Ugh, can't believe they showed me this guest list. Filthy thing. How about you go see who brought her here, why she's here, and then maybe we can get like a photo op later, I think. That'd be great.
Brilliant idea, ma'am.
I go back
Alright.
to talking.
Okay.
Go back to the phone. Okay.
All right, so I guess I'm approaching Robin to figure out why she's here, or who she came with, was supposed to have come with.
Also, just like a quick physical description of Robin, since I know we covered Charlotte and Jane. Robin, she's 6 feet tall in her socks, slender. She's wearing a long black dress that looks a little too formal to be here, but she's not necessarily paid for function, more like for aesthetic appearance, and she has red hair all pinned up and messy. And dramatic makeup. Perfect manicure.
All right.
Christian Libby.
So Jane steps forward. Robin, right? I believe we met before.
Jane! Enchantée!
So good to see you again. Well, we were certainly not expecting you here, though.
Oh
Are you
no,
coming
I
with
was
someone?
barely expecting myself. Oh no, see, I was here with my sweet friend, but he has other plans at last minute, and so he said I should go ahead anyway. It's so
Of
lovely
course.
to see you. Are you here with sweet Charlotte?
She does love, these kinds of things.
Oh, so charming. Classic.
All right, I'll probably just sit and make small talk. And I don't want to actually make small talk, so we'll just
Yeah,
assume
no,
they
no,
make
yeah.
small talk.
So this goes on for a few minutes. Eventually, a woman dressed almost like a stewardess with a little round like hat and like a knee-length black skirt and a black and red buttoned-up jacket with like a black shirt and a red ascot on.
Aw.
Comes into the room and she looks around and she goes, "Ladies and gentlemen, the boat will be arriving in a moment, so if you could all follow me outside." And she motions towards the big sliding glass doors, and like as her hand waves toward the doors, they just sort of like click open, sort of sliding open on their own.
Jillian!
She sort of steps just outside the door and like is standing there smiling, and you can see just pulling up to the dock, like puttering up to it, is a small, almost like yacht, like motorboat. Yeah, but not like a huge giant luxury liner, but like somewhere in between that and a speedboat.
Oh, Jillian! Please grab
yes,
my
ma'am.
bag, please.
Of course, ma'am.
Oh, you were speaking with Robin. Hi, Robin.
Charlotte!
So good to see you.
Oh, and you! And like air kisses, moi, moi.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Oh, you're even more striking and intimidating than ever.
Oh, thank you. Thank you is what I was going for. Oh,
Who is your surgeon?
my surgeon. Oh. Oh, I thank you. But actually, I've never seen a surgeon. Thanks to that I have that nice, freshly kissed surgery look, though.
Oh, so modest. Classic.
All right. Is he
so the
with
boat-
you?
The boat putters up and sort of bumps into the rubber stops on the side of the dock. A couple of guys, dudes dressed like the 1950s way you would think of like a cabin boy, in, like
Nice.
red and black uniforms with like shorts on.
Of course.
All very attractive. Like they jump off the boat and start tying it to the docks, and like they throw a ladder up so you can step down from the docks into the boat. And they stand on either side of the stairs and are sort of smiling and showing guests on while you guys are having this brief little conversation.
I hand Robin's character, or Robin, I hand her a card.
Mm.
It's the name of
Oh.
the surgeon.
Merci. And then she just like tucks it into the top of her dress because she's not carrying a visible purse.
Nice.
And then I guess Jane has Charlotte's gear, right?
Yep.
Okay.
I'm walking towards the boat with locking down with both my gear and her gear.
Okay, so like almost summoned psychically, a page or like a bellhop comes by with all of Robin's stuff and like proceeds onto the boat to load everything. No one saw where he came from, but he's got all of her stuff.
And somehow,
Nice.
while managing to like lug all of this luggage, Jane's able to get a few pictures of both Robin and Charlotte, kind of like as they're interacting and as they're getting on the boat and everything.
Oh, and it's always a good angle
And it's
on
always a good angle.
Robin because Robin has no bad angles.
Excellent job, Jennifer. You're doing great with those photos.
You guys pile onto the ship, and it has seating out on the decks on either end, so you can sit outside while the boat speeds along. And then there's also like a small cabin below the steering deck, which is on top, where there's a bar, so you can get more drinks. And like bar service is included in whatever you paid to get into the place. So you can you can feel free to drink as much as you want.
Oh, I will have a champagne. Jennifer, please bring me a champagne.
Of course.
One of
ma'am.
the like attractive blonde guys in short shorts starts pouring you a champagne. And actually bring them to your table when he hears you calling out. He puts a tray down with like a bottle in the cooler with 2 glasses already filled. And the boat sort of puts back out of the dock and then turns and begins slowly picking up speed as it heads toward the island. So the island is rapidly coming closer and closer as morning begins slowly turning to afternoon. It's warm outside, but not overly hot or humid. It's sort of a pleasant thing, though, to have the wind, the air rushing past you, the sea air as you guys speed on. Is there anything you guys want to do while we're on the boat?
Besides, drink myself stupid on all of the free booze. Nope.
I'm gonna drink myself stupid on all the free booze.
I think I'm gonna hit on the guy who served me my beverage. You are just a tall drink of water.
He shakes his head. Oh, thank you, ma'am.
Oh, Charlotte, you are always so belched.
Very.
Are you trying to get more out of this guy than just compliment him, or do you want to? Is it just a compliment?
I mean, nah, just a compliment. I don't think I need anything else out of him.
Yeah. Then he turns and sort of just walks away. Begins waiting on other guests. And eventually, it takes about half an hour to an hour for the boat to speed up to the other dock.
Can I sit at the table? Can I pull out a couple of things from my bag and start pouring them into my drink?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
What kind of boat is this? I'm imagining like a show, like an old showboat with a giant wheel on the side, or is it like a barge?
No, it's a modern ship. It's like a big, almost like
ship?
a. No, it's not that big. It's like
Probably
a
like
luxury
what, a
liner. It's like a
Gotcha.
like a yacht.
50-foot
A
yacht,
yacht.
something like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's fast.
I was imagining a riverboat, and I was like, I don't know if that's right or not.
It's a nice image.
Yeah.
A steamboat.
There we go.
Yeah.
It looks something like this.
The boat. Oh,
Whoa.
very nice.
Oh, nice. Yeah, yeah.
Damn.
Much
Minus-
bigger yacht than I
minus-
thought.
I was gonna say
Water.
like your parents' boat, Caroline. No.
No, that's like 2 or 3 times the size of my parents' boat.
Yeah, the water llooks like that. It's
2 or
that
3
crystal.
times.
It's that crystal blue color. The skies are clear. It's warm and pleasant. You guys are drinking. There's hors d'oeuvres to be had, and the boat is speeding along rather quickly, coming up to the island. And meanwhile, Charlotte is pouring something into her drink. Right about the time the boat begins to stop, it begins to slow down. The speed begins throttling back slowly, and you can see the island coming closer and closer. As you guys pull up toward the island where the dock is, you can see there's like a long dock for the boat to pull up, and then behind it, a series of clustered like buildings that looks like. Have you ever seen a giant like resort, like hotel?
Yeah.
It's about 6-7 stories tall, and then there's bungalows scattered out about it nearby. The exterior of the island appears to be almost like jungle, like dense foliage and coconut trees blowing back and forth in the wind, and then you can see further up into the interior of the island, it gets more rocky and craggy and more scrubby. The soil there is probably less conducive. So it's almost like a desert island on the interior with a ring of jungle around the outside of it. And the boat pulls up to the dock, and the same 2 dudes jump off and begin fixing it to the dock, and the stairs are folded out for the guests to climb up. And they do the same thing. They stand on either side of it. And are helping people up the stairs as you guys go by. There are people that will jump on the boat to take your luggage to your various rooms, so you don't even have to carry your luggage. And yeah, you're being offloaded into this giant resort. As you get off the ship, like when you finally make your way off the ship, there are people standing. There's a pair of women dressed like stewardesses again, standing there with leis. They put leis on your neck as you go by.
I
Ooh.
down my drink. It has like a green tinge to it right now. So yeah, I just chug it, and I set the glass down and begin walking off the boat.
Robin follows, kind of like she's probably been like chatting with Charlotte and sort of Jane this entire time. And so she just kind of like swans after her with a fresh whiskey sour in her left hand.
Yeah, and So as you guys are coming off the boat, the women who hand you lays are also handing out like itineraries. They have like little pamphlets with a small map
gosh.
of the place on it, and then it has like schedules for everything. So like there's a party at the big almost like I think it's called the clubhouse, but on the map it looks huge. It's like a big outdoor not amphitheater, but like club.
Ooh.
So there's a party later tonight. The shooting range opens in about an hour, and you can get lessons there and become familiar with all the various guns that they have that you will be taking with you on your safari in the morning. There's people that will show you to your rooms. They hand out key cards. Yeah, so like what you guys are sort of free to disperse amongst the resort as you go, and everything is done in like this like red and black motif. All of the people who work here are wearing red and black uniforms, and then as you get off the boat, you can see like on the other side of it now there's a big red like Z painted on the side of it.
Oh man.
And
dang.
resort is spelled like that. Like resort has like a capital letter Z in the middle of it. It's a big red
That's
Z.
hilarious.
They're like
how
trademark.
quaint.
That's hilarious.
So yeah, you guys are free. There's like I said, there's a shooting range that opens in about an hour where you can get lessons or just practice. And there's a huge list of guns, like every kind of gun you could imagine. It's almost like the beer list, but it's a list of just like firearms that you can rent.
Does it come in like a nice little like mini menu, like the wine list?
Yeah, exactly.
It's in your. It's oh my gosh! It should be set up like on all of the nightstands in all of the rooms.
Yeah.
That's
And
cute.
and then there's people that will show you to your rooms. There's a party at the club later. What do you guys want to do? And then there's pools. There's you can go down to the beach and swim in the ocean. It is like a full-on like Disneyland style resort, but zombie.
Oh man.
I'm going to toss my still burning cigarette into a dry patch of grass. And just very nonchalantly, and I'm gonna look over the guns and make my way over to the shooting range.
Okay, yeah, you can follow the map. It's easy enough. You can head over toward the shooting range. It'll be like you'll get there like 10 minutes before it'll open.
It doesn't matter.
No line.
But you can hang out and wait for it to open.
What time of day is it?
It's like mid to late afternoon. It was around mid morning. You guys got on the boat, and then it was so it's like it's like 12:30, 1 o'clock somewhere in there.
I
Right
think
on.
Charlotte would like to
I-
work out.
There's a gym facility.
She would like to go
Alright,
and
and
do
I
some
just,
boxing.
Jane just kind of trails along behind Charlotte, ready for more PR opportunities.
Robin's gonna go up to her.
Longing glance at the gun list.
Yeah. So Robin, if you go up to your room, you apparently have a suite rented for you.
I do.
Yeah, it's there's like a living room and then 2 bedrooms off of that, and it like overlooks the pool at the balcony out of the living room. There's a small like kitchenette, and then there's like the gun list right next to the like room service list.
Sweet man.
Susie, if Charlotte wants to go work out, why don't you make a physique roll for me? Because I'm assuming that in fact, I will offer you a compel. I will offer you a fate point to say that while you're working out, you have your PR person, your assistant, taking pictures for Instagram.
Yes, that's gonna happen.
That was
yeah.
the intention.
So that's what Jane's sitting there doing. So you can take a fate point for that, and let's see how terrible you look.
Okay, all right. So I'm gonna roll physique.
Both of us or one of us?
Yeah, roll physique. Just well, what could I have Carolyn roll? I think contacts, Carolyn,
Yeah, probably contacts for her. No modifier.
to make sure it gets on the right social media platforms. No, holy fuck.
Oh, I also rolled
All of the
5.
right social media
Damn.
platforms.
I think we're good.
Yeah, holy shit. You get some snazzy PR photos of you in this, like,
Boxing coach.
Yes, and Jane uses all the appropriate hashtags.
Oh,
I get a
flawless.
high number of retweets. How's that? Retweets and likes.
Oh my God,
Yeah,
Julie.
Yes, you get the appropriate number of the appropriate amount of engagement. on whatever
You're
social
almost
media
viral.
platforms you put up. Yeah.
Okay, so we both get fate point. Did you put that in there already?
No, just you get a fate point because I
Oh.
was compelling you for your good PR.
Oh, okay. That
Uh,
makes sense.
yeah. So Alex, what's your
Mhm.
character's name?
Josh. Sergeant.
Josh?
Sergeant Josh Caraway.
So Sergeant Caraway is going to go to the shooting range.
Yes.
So can you make? I'm going to give you a compel. Actually, I'm going to compel your PTSD.
Okay.
I'm going to say you go to the shooting range and like they give you whatever firearm you asked for. They like sniper rifles, handguns, shotguns, machine gun, like fully automatic machine guns. You name it, they got it, and they put it down in front of you with like a box of ammunition.
Okay.
But like, what do you do? Like, what? There's like a tick that kicks in when you go to like when your PTSD kicks in, and it's like you clench and unclench your fist. You like grind your teeth. Like, what is it that you do that like as we as an audience watching this in the movie, you're in the dark shooting range with like the cutout of a zombie on the paper target in front of you. And like this gun is put in front of you and you're like looking at this paper target of a zombie and you're having like flashbacks, but like we don't see the flashbacks, we just see your reaction.
I'm going to duck behind one of the stall walls and of course see that there's another gun, and I'm just going to like kind of shift my way out of the range because I'm just freaking out.
Yeah, you like duck down, put your back. You're like sweating, breathing heavily, and the range master is comes up to you and is tries to talk to you, but like when you hear him, it's like he's talking far away, and all you're hearing is like zombie moans. Like if we see things from Josh's perspective, we're just hearing moaning and groaning, and it's getting louder and louder and louder, and you can't receive whatever input he's trying to give you as you quickly shuffle out of the shooting range. So you may have a fate point for that. And then what is Vash doing?
The Stampede.
No, I changed
Yeah.
my name.
You need to pick skills next. Now that you get your
Yeah, I was looking. I don't know how to do that. I don't remember.
point. You just pick those and you plug them into the white skills boxes.
Where's that at?
I just dropped the link in chat.
Oh, there it is. Okay. So,
What are you doing?
So my character is an old retired cowboy, kind of like a Clint Eastwood type, where he's older, clean shaven, got wrinkles on his face, but his skin is very tight, and kind of scars on his skin, and short hair, and he wears a nicely tailored suit, all black, with a black handkerchief and then a black velvet hat.
Ooh.
And you could tell based on his suit that he's very wealthy, and he seems like he's somebody that has been here before. He spends a lot of time here. So when he gets off the boat, and his name is William, when he gets off the boat, he kind of goes to the gun range and slides his hands across all the guns, stopping on the revolver, and then he looks up at Alex's character, having his meltdown, and kind of watches him as he lights a cigarette.
Yeah, the range master comes up and is like, "I'm sorry, sir, no smoking on the range."
And I just stare at him and
Take a drag.
yeah, I take a drag, and then I
Float in his face.
I put it out on the table and flick it right over the range master's shoulder.
He just shakes his head and mumbles something and goes about walking up and down the range to make sure none of the rich people shoot themselves. So the night will wind down eventually. You guys go to your rooms, you put on a fresh change of clothes, you get more drinks, you go to the shooting range and practice.
Is there like a billboard of events, or like where the zombies were seen last? Or
They
like an
handed
itinerary?
you an itinerary, like a pamphlet
Okay.
that has like the gun range is open from these hours to these hours, and these are the guns we have. And at the end of the night, there's a big party that all the guests are invited to.
Well, I threw that pamphlet away.
You could just ask somebody. like probably about the time the gun range closes, like that
Oh.
smell of cordite still all over your skin. You could make your way out, and somebody will tell you that the big party is happening.
All right.
But you've been here before, and they do this every night when guests arrive.
Right.
I
I'm just
so
ready
you're-
to get started. Is all.
Yeah, so the way
My
it works
character.
is in the morning they will take you out in a jeep and put you out on like they will go on like a zombie hunt with you. You go on like a zombie safari.
Nice.
would like to go to the gun range after I get my good workout in.
Okay. Are you taking Jane with you?
Jane, would you like to come
Of
with me
course.
shooting?
She
Excellent.
knows your name.
Yeah, only when
So I
only
figured-
when I want something from her do I know her name.
So the two of you
See,
want to
the-
go to the gun range?
Yeah.
I would like
The
her
zombie-
to read the list of guns available on the way.
The zombie horde migrates throughout the day, so I was just looking to see where they were spotted last. Where we're going to go.
They're like, I tell you what, Ryan, you don't have any skills filled out yet. Where do you want to put? I want to put lore on your character sheet somewhere.
Yeah,
Where would you like to put lore?
probably under great.
You want to make lore your highest roll?
Yeah.
Or do you want to?
And I gave you a stunt because you've been here before. I gave you a stunt that gives you a +2 to lore rolls made about the resort. So why don't you just roll? Just click the little picture of the die under the word lore on your character sheet, and then we'll add 2.
Okay.
Is that 8? Okay. So in addition to the information I'm going to give you, you can create an aspect about
Oh, I see.
something you know about the resort. I'll explain that here in a second. But the way it works is actually a little cheese ball. They have these electric fences that the zombies can't get through, all scattered about all over the island, and they sort of cordon the zombies off into little packs so that they don't hoard up too much.
Hmm.
And yeah, so you've been here a few times before, and like it's all very carefully controlled because they couldn't afford if somebody got bit.
I mean, they could
there's not,
survive
like,
with one
one-
person.
Yeah, there's not like one giant wandering horde on the island. There's little pockets that they have specifically cordoned off in specific little areas to keep them from like overwhelming guests.
Jurassic Park, but zombies.
Yeah.
Yes, that was what gave me the idea. In addition to that, some sort of like information about the island that most guests don't know, and you could just tell me what that is. Like they could have like secret fences to keep the zombies in specific areas that they don't tell the guests about that where are. They could have some sort of monitoring system, like cameras spread across the island that you've like figured out.
Hmm.
It's up to you.
Do I have to tell you now?
You can think on it.
Okay. I'm
You
thinking
get
in my head. I'm thinking like a Westworld. If you ever saw that,
I haven't seen it.
where it's like a game where everybody dresses up in the Wild West, and there's this guy that always goes there. He's been going for 30 years, and he knows there's something hidden within the park, but he can't find it. So he goes every year to try to figure out,
I
solve
tell
the
you what,
puzzle.
for now, we'll just call it a dirty secret.
Yeah,
Some dirty secret
There's-
about the park.
somewhere trying to figure out where they're getting these zombies.
Oh shit.
Okay, so like maybe there's more zombies on the island than should be.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah, we'll call that dirty secret. And what you can do is at any point, if it makes sense, you can use that to get a +2 to a roll.
Okay.
Anybody can use it.
that's
It's like
the
an
game to
aspect
me.
it's like an aspect that any of you guys can invoke for free, and that he knows the dirty secret. Okay, cool. And actually, I'll give you, because you rolled so well, I'll give you 2 uses of it. Yeah. So the night winds down, and the 2 of you are going to the shooting range. So why don't the 2 of you make shoot rolls for me? Caroline, you're letting your assistant shoot, I assume.
Oh yes, of course. She must join in on the festivities.
So no modifier, just do shoot.
Well, you
Oh, just-
left. You flipped out and
Oh.
left, Alex.
Okay.
You didn't get to shoot.
Okay.
Okay. Jane is a better shot than you, unless you want to spend fate points.
Hee hee hee.
No. I think this is a skill that my assistant should be better.
Okay.
And that's what I say if somebody says anything.
Okay. I will offer you a compel. I'm gonna say that you're like trying to take photos and you want to put this up on Instagram.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna offer Charlotte a compel. Unless there's something compelling, No. Actually, yeah, I will offer Charlotte I'm gonna offer Jane the compel to say that because you're her personal assistant, you're trying to make her look good.
Uh-huh.
So you're gonna take pictures of your groupings, of your shots, and you're
Oh my
gonna
God.
post them like they're Charlotte's
Holy shit.
Oh shit!
Oh,
to make
damn.
her look better than she actually is. We'll give you.
Make her look better than she is. Oh my god.
Yeah.
I love it.
Are you gonna do it?
Roll something new.
No, you don't have to roll anything. I'll just let you do it.
Oh yeah, I totally would
I'll
do
give
that.
you So that's a scene that we would see. Is like you like taking pictures and then you go to post it and there's this moment of like hesitation as we like get an over the shoulder shot of your phone. And then you sort of take a deep breath and flip over to the your like from your personal Instagram page to like your business one to Charlotte's, and you start posting it as if Charlotte made these shots.
Woohoo!
Try to hide this from Charlotte, or are you just gonna let her like know that you did it?
It's whatever. She doesn't really like. She doesn't.
Okay.
She lets me have like basically freedom for what I post, so long as it makes her look good. And since this makes her
Yeah.
look good, she won't care.
So you're gonna get like a ding on
Exactly.
your phone, Charlotte, when you open it up and look at it. It's shots you clearly didn't make.
Well, I look at it and I'm like, oh wow, I did a fantastic job. I completely am just like don't even. I'm like, I wonder which one that was. Was that the first time that I went up, or was it like the fifth? Or yeah, no idea.
You didn't know. Okay. The
Actually,
night...
I could roll to see if I notice.
No, I'll just let you notice. You don't need to roll. The night eventually winds down. You guys go to the shooting range. You can go to your rooms and change clothing. As sun sets, you can hear the music at the clubhouse start, so that you know the party there is beginning. It's up to you guys whether or not you want to attend.
I'll go to the party. This is where Robin does her best work.
Okay.
Charlotte and Jane have to go to the party because schmoozing is what they do.
I'm an
Okay,
old man.
I
I'm just
think-
gonna go back to my room
I think there's probably like a moment
so I can get
where
up early.
Charlotte is like, oh my goodness, I am so tired, and then I think Carolyn, your character, might try to like get me to go.
Yeah, it's like we only have to go for like 30 or 40 minutes. Take a turn around the room, say hi to everybody, get some pictures, post them, and we can stock up pictures and I can post them throughout the night. That way it looks like you were there for longer than you actually were.
Oh my god, this is why you work for me. You're getting a tip at the end of this, my dear.
Caroline, I'm going to start paying you.
Just the tip. Okay, so you guys go to the party. Is Josh Sergeant Caraway? Is he recovered from his momentary flash of PTSD? Does he attend the party?
Yeah,
or-
he's gonna go to the party and see what kind of free drugs he can get.
Okay.
Actually, I'm gonna go to the party and see if I can meet people that run the park. See if they're there.
He's going to get, like,
Ooh.
kidnapped
yeah.
by Robin.
Yeah. So the lot of you come to this. It's a big open club, right? It's open air. There are trellises with areas with cloth thrown over them and benches to sit on, so you're sort of out of the heat. There's a pool in the middle next to a dance floor. There's a DJ up at the top, and then there are small bars sort of scattered about in various convenient locations. Palm trees and coconut trees hanging about, though they very carefully remove all the coconuts so they don't fall on anybody. There's palm trees and coconut trees scattered about the place, and sort of like a cool breeze as it gets dark. And yeah, the woman who owns the place actually comes up onto the stage in front of the DJ, and the music sort of goes quiet. She sort of clears her throat while you guys are just sort of arriving to the party. I need a I'm gonna call her Dinah, and she smiles. She has like short blonde hair, and unlike the rest of the people who work here, she's not wearing red and black. She's wearing like a white, like a pure white pantsuit with just like a red pocket.
Pocket square.
Yeah, pocket square. That's like the bright red, and it has like a Z embroidered on it.
Oh man.
She's tall and sort of thin, like middlingly attractive. She smiles and she goes, "Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the resort." There's a pause. People sort of politely clap. Yeah, and she's like, "I'd like to come out when our guests arrive and personally welcome them and make sure that they have seen everything that my staff has seen to everything that they need, but I'm sure that's not what you're here for. What you're here for," and there's like a dramatic pause, and you can hear like moaning, like a zombie, like, and two of the dudes in the short shorts come out from behind the stage, from behind her, with a woman between them, and she's got like a manacle around her throat that is connected to two long poles. And they have this obvious zombified, like rotting corpse woman, and they lead her out like right up behind this woman, and she's like, "Is this?"
I
Dramatic
look over
gesture.
at my.
Can my PTSD kick in and kind of like throw a like just grab a dinner knife? Yeah, I'm gonna grab a dinner knife and huck it across the room.
Yeah, I think make a fight roll.
Okay.
Wouldn't that be a shooting roll?
No, because he's not shooting a gun. It's like shooting is literally just shooting.
0 modifier.
He's throwing a thing. Just roll.
Okay.
Just click it. A 5. Okay. You're pretty far away, and it's like thrashing around. You're throwing a dagger, and it's past this woman's face. So I'm gonna say you need a 6 to hit the zombie. So what you can do is spend a fate point to make that a success if you want.
I'm gonna do that. Yeah.
Okay. So what aspect do you want to use? Like what makes you good at throwing dinner knives at zombies?
Well, since
You
I was
fought in
a
the war,
decorated
right?
veteran of the Great Zombie War, like just that instinct, like after I got over the initial fear at the fighting or at the shooting range, just that initial instinct just kicked right in.
Yeah, this is
And,
not. So this is not a cardboard cutout or something like that. This is a zombie, and it goes from that you're trying to get over something and that like fear to that like fight or flight mode kicks in. So you get a 7. So you guys, she like leans back to motion to the zombie, and she opens her mouth because there's another part of the speech that she's about to give, and a fucking dinner knife just buries into the zombie's eye, like. And it immediately goes limp, but like falls to the ground, and like there's a splatter of blood across Dinah, the owner's like white suit.
Oh, geez.
And she sort of looks down at it, and then looks back up at the crowd. And there's this kid next to you, Josh, who's like maybe 17. He has like his hair cut into like a bright orange mohawk, and he's wearing like a t-shirt with the name of like basically like Call of Duty, some like well-known first-person shooter. And he looks over you with his eyes really big, and he sort of pushes you and goes, "Dude, that was fucking awesome!" And you guys all hear this because the crowd has gone like fucking dead silent as the zombie drops.
I look over at my assistant, and I say, "So, do you think a perfume to cover the dead would be something we could sell during Halloween?"
It could work.
Meanwhile, like Robin is, she was sitting in the path of the knife, so she had actually kind of like had just turned her head like sideways to like sip from her flask of like the good shit, or she like just ducked her head to like get her drink, and it just like whizzed by her ear and it cut off a lock of hair.
Yeah.
And then she looks over and she puts down her drink and just gives some fucking murder eyes.
Yeah, and it's real obvious, like, because he jumped up, grabbed a knife off the table, like front rolled and flicked this knife out.
Yeah, she's
and he's like
murderized.
standing there with his hand out after having thrown this knife.
Oh,
Is
Julie!
that automatically a provoke compel?
No. Dinah, the owner, just reaches up and like pulls the pocket square out and like flicks it out, starts wiping the like corpse blood off the side of her face.
Julie, reach into my bag. I have ultimate stain remover in there. Can I go and try to like clean her suit?
Ultimate stain remover. Make a
Do you have,
crafts
like,
roll.
you have one of like those little bleach sticks.
We'll call it difficulty
Basically.
5. Call it difficulty 5.
Okay.
so-
Can I spend a fate point to make it work?
Yeah. Which aspect are you going to invoke?
My chemistry knowledge of craft.
Those are skills.
Those are skills.
You
Aspect.
need to invoke an aspect to.
Let's see. Always making useful things. So I'm gonna spend a fate point to have the proper tools for the job.
Always. Like a Boy
I mean-
Scout, you're always prepared.
Okay, so you can spend that fate point. You have the proper tools for the job, but I said you needed a 4 and you got a 3. So you're still not. I said you needed a 5. I don't remember, and you got a 3. So you're still not high enough to succeed. You have like a Tide pin.
A Tide pin versus like a completely saturated.
Yeah, you don't have like you reach into your bag and like whatever it was concoction you thought you had on you is not there.
Okay, well I'm just gonna look over at my my bag packer over here. Be like, Jennifer, did you not pack the awesome stain removing shit? And I'm gonna
And
go
so you
rich
could-
bitch on her.
Well, I was gonna say you can invoke your rich bitch aspect because chemistry is what made you a rich bitch. So you could spend a fate point and get the +2 from that.
Okay, so that's what I'm going to do.
Okay, go ahead. So you reach into your bag, you pull out this vial of like purplish liquid with like an applicator, like pull the cork off and stick some sort of applicator cap on it, and like the woman's wiping the blood off of her face, and she's like, "Yes, I suppose that's what we're here for, isn't it?" And sort of smiles, and she's like, "Enjoy the festivities, and in the morning you'll meet your guides and head out." And like she turns to step off the stage, like steps over the zombie. But you can run up to her if you want.
Okay, I'm gonna come up to her and tell her that this liquid will clean her clothes while she's still wearing them. With no ill side effects.
And she's like a Tide pin?
Yes, but better.
And she sort of looks you up and down. You see her do some mental math really quickly, and she's like, "Oh, Charlotte, right? You're our perfume magnet."
Yes, that is I.
Well, I
Meanwhile,
hope you're
Jane is
enjoying
like-
your stay.
Documenting this entire thing with pictures.
Oh,
So
yeah,
far, so
okay.
good. I would like to spritz you down with this, and you'll be right as rain. It'll be great.
I think make a rapport roll.
Okay.
And I will make a roll for her. So as long as you beat her roll. I got a 1.
I got a 5.
And so as Charlotte starts spritzing her down, Jane switches and starts
Like-
taking a video.
Yeah. So you start cleaning. You start cleaning it off of her, and you succeeded with style. So I will say that not only does she like let you clean her, she like looks down. She's like, that like it's genuinely cleaning the blood and goop out of her clothing. And she's like, oh, that worked amazingly well. Do you sell this?
It's a new concoction that I was crafting up at the table as soon as I saw it.
And Caroline, can you make a contacts roll for me?
Yep.
This is not the game I thought we were playing tonight.
Ho ho!
Ah, yes.
Whoa. Yeah, so you get her on camera talking about how fantastic this product is. She's like genuinely seems to be shocked by it. And
Zombie
Jade-
is carefully
Jade
framed in the background of the photo.
yeah, and the big red Z on the side of the building is carefully framed in the back of it as Jane is videoing her. Roll notice for me, Jane. See if you pick up something strange about her. Yeah.
Damn.
I will let you discover one of her aspects. I think you pick up the fact that she is actually
A
like
man?
the way she the way her hands are calloused. She like reaches up to brush this like bit of goo off of her. You can see like the inside of her hands, and you shoot fairly regularly on the weekends. But the way her hands are calloused is only from someone who shoots like one particular weapon a lot. I think you can sort of take her measure and realize that she is probably a veteran of the zombie war. So she is a sharp-eyed veteran. So that's just a thing you know about her now. You pick that up while you're videotaping her. She thanks you again, and she's like, if you excuse me, I have other duties to attend to.
If you would like, I could see if we could get your facility supplied with this, for guest use.
She shakes her head, and she's like, do you have a card?
Yes. Jane, dear, would you mind giving the lady my card?
Of course, ma'am.
Yeah, you can just... you pull a card out and hand it to her, and she's like, I'll get someone to get in touch with you, and like it disappears inside of her jacket.
Nice.
You'll excuse me, and then she disappears off into the rest of the facility somewhere. He handed the plastic surgeon's card. What do the rest of you guys want to do? Like the party will continue on, the drinking will continue on, the music picks back up against the play. The two guys in short shorts start dragging the zombie off, and a third guy comes up with a mop and starts cleaning it up.
I'm gonna nudge that kid who's like, dude, that was fucking awesome. I'm gonna be like, they don't teach you that in school. But you don't want to know where I learned to do that.
He's like, no, they don't teach you how to kill zombies with dinner knives in school, man. That's right. And he's looking at you a little confused, like he doesn't really know what to say. And he's like, but I got other skills, and he points to like the first-person shooter on his t-shirt that he's wearing, and he's like, that's how I got here, man.
And I'm gonna make a snide remark. I guess I'm gonna provoke.
You're gonna provoke, okay? You're gonna try to piss him off.
Yeah, I'm just gonna try and piss him off
Okay.
because I don't think video games are impressive at all. Because
In a real war.
yeah, I've been in a real war, and
Oh man.
pretty much like a good portion of people know me just because I am a highly decorated vet. Like I got the Medal of Honor.
Yeah, so I don't think he's particularly good at holding his cool, so I rolled it 0. So you got a -1, so go ahead and roll provoke. You provoke the fuck out of him. He's like, yeah, well, fuck you, man. How about that? How about
Man.
fuck your war?
Oh Jesus.
And he's like, fuck it, man. I'm out of here. Fucking lame anyway. And he just like stands up like he's gonna turn and walk away from you.
Aw, I wanted to get into a fight.
Mumbling as he's like maybe 19. And he's like, fucking soldier boy. As he turns to like walk away.
Little dick.
Kick your ass at Call of Duty.
Sure.
Does anybody else want to do anything? He unless you want to stop him, he's going to wander off and find somebody
No,
more
I
affable to speak to.
I tell him I hope your brains get sucked out.
So
yeah.
yeah,
He looks back and he's like, "That's a fucked up thing to say, man. Tell security."
And then I walk up to you with my hat in hand, and I just say, "Thank you for your service, sir." Don't listen to what those punks have to say. You old guys, us old guys have to stick together.
Yeah.
Because you know what? You and I, we came here to win, and winning doesn't mean anything unless someone else loses. So that kid will be the loser.
Fucking loser.
Oh my god.
Kids don't fucking know anything.
I think
Robin's
Get
just
off
like,
my lawn!
Oh, God.
Get off my goddamn lawn.
I think Charlotte's
You
gonna.
guys get to hear this?
what?
Fucking Stacy, man. Fucking Stacy.
Fucking Stacy.
Okay, so they went to New York City for her daughter's birthday because she went.
Okay, hold on,
shopping.
Caroline. Preface it. This is a real person that you know.
I was like, is this canon?
Oh,
They
okay.
took a picture in front of Trump Tower and was all excited about it, and now I'm just like, God damn it, Stacy.
Yeah, but what about Stacy's mom?
Has she got it going
She's
on?
got it.
She's got a good one.
Does she have it going on? What is Robin doing now that the zombie has been knifed and drug off stage?
Stacy's the mom who's got it going on. Let's be real here.
Imagine a woman named Stacy who lives in Arkansas, and that's exactly what she is.
She loves that song.
So,
Maybe.
So-
Robin's just.
Robin.
I'm not really sure what Robin's doing just yet. She's kind of pissed. We're gonna go aggro on him because he looks like he knows what he's doing. Also, that was kind of hot.
Okay. So, Josh and William,
Mhm.
old Bill, are talking to each other. You've just finished cleaning up this one with Jane, and then Robin is just sort of sitting there with a slight look of shock on her face, staring at the two of you while you guys are talking. And yeah, the night will eventually end. Like, you guys can drink and party and dance or do anything else. Like, if there's something specific you want to do during nighttime activities, let me know.
I mean, I figure I'd go and talk eventually to Will and everybody. I kind of
my
do
guest.
a few mingles, you know. I go around, see the people, say hi, be like, yeah, this stuff's awesome, promote my product, and eventually I'll wind up back with Robin and I guess the two guys that she's talking to.
I'm not talking to anybody. I'm just like glaring daggers at them.
Oh, okay. Well, then
Major stank face.
then I go and I talk to the people that you're giving major stink face to. Be like, dudes, hi.
Howdy, ma'am.
Oh, hello there.
You seem like a capable individual.
Oh, it was nothing. Just reflexes had gotten the best of me, and I'm sorry about making a mess with everything. That was just.
No, it was great. It was the perfect opportunity for me to test out my new ultimate stain removing potion thing that I just invented. It's sitting at the table. It's so cool. Yeah.
That was a
I'm glad it
bold
worked
move.
out for you.
I am only jealous that you drew first blood.
Is this a competition?
That was my impression.
Oh.
Is it not?
I don't know. I just thought that we were all here for a good time to go and safari and shoot
Tons of
zombies.
My psychiatrist recommended that I come here. You know, it's not
Oh,
it's not easy to, have done everything and been on the front lines, and coming back to just normal life is just what is normal.
I have to agree with your psychiatrist. The body is a temple, and getting proper care for it is just like the best thing you can do.
Well, your body may be a temple, but mine's a fucking zoo.
Mine's a fucking war zone.
Oh,
Mine's a zoo, and all the doors are open.
oh.
Oh, wow, that makes me sad.
Oh man, Jane takes a picture of the two of them like talking and makes some stupid post about like, we thank you for your service and blah 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 hashtag veterans. Like
Oh, thank you.
Okay.
really playing up the patriotism card.
That's great. It's great. All right. Well, my friend over here, Robin, seems to be giving you the death stare. Perhaps you could figure out, why she's giving you the death stare. I have a feeling you've wronged her in some way, and I
It's
just
a really French death stare too, if that means anything.
You're smoking at the same time.
I'm talking no, like with the long.
Yeah, with
And
the
it's
like
just
the cigarette holder.
With a really long cigarette holder, yeah.
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 And like and she's like moved on from whiskey to bourbon. From whiskey to brandy, and it's not even
Okay.
like 8 o'clock.
Fucking Americans.
she's very upset, and that just won't
Americans.
do. She's one of those people that if her father hears about this, you don't want to mess with her. And then I'm gonna get up and go to my room, and I'm gonna tell Jane, you can stay if you like. I'm going to go to bed.
Good night, ma'am.
Have a
So
good
Jane
evening.
kind of goes around and gets in some more schmoozing and makes a few more posts for like another hour and a half, and then she finally goes to bed.
Is there anything else you guys want to achieve for the evening?
I'm gonna flounce off in I'm gonna like do the sort of like hair flick sort of thing, and it's really aggressive and extremely French, and like just waltz right out of the room.
Just the Frenchest hair flick in the history of French hair flicks.
Extremely French,
Okay. So the
without a word, silent
group-
treatment. Boys love that.
Okay. Ryan, did you see my my whisper that I sent you?
Oh no.
Okay, read those. So the group of you eventually, as the night wears down, go to bed. You go to your individual rooms. And so my question is, Ryan, do you want to use it?
In my room?
You just connect a Wi-Fi or a laptop to the Wi-Fi, and you have like a USB key, and you plug it in, and it'll do its thing.
Yeah. Since once I get back to the room and
Hey,
it's the
you
first
can't be
night.
reading. Okay, yeah. So you boot up because in the morning you're gonna hook up with whoever your guide is, and you're going to be going on
Yeah.
Zombie Safari. So you boot up your laptop and plug this USB key into it and connect to the resort's Wi-Fi. So I think we as observers, we as players, will see a scene with Ryan doing something with a laptop, and he sort of takes a deep breath, old Bill, and he plugs it into this laptop, and the screen on the laptop flickers for a moment. And then some sort of program boots up, and you just see files start getting downloaded into like a command window. And then we get another scene of a bunch of men and women in the black and red uniforms of the resort, and we see Dinah sort of standing on a thing behind them. Have you guys ever seen like what the inside of a TV studio looks like, the control room in a TV studio?
Yeah, with the monitors all over.
Yeah, monitors
And boards,
everywhere,
too.
computers and controls and things like that. That like you
Yeah.
don't really know what's doing, but there's people scattered about in some sort of control room with Dinah sort of pacing back and forth, watching the monitors. You could see a security cam footage on some of the windows, and then meaningless jarble on some of the others, and all of the monitors at once sort of flicker for a moment, and then go back to normal. And Dinah goes, "What was that?" And one of the guys like starts furiously typing nonsensically, because that's how hacking works in movies.
Mm-hmm.
Like
dear.
he's furiously typing, and he's like, I a power surge maybe, and she's like, figure it out, fix it. I don't pay you to guess, I pay you to think.
Ooh.
I don't pay you to guess, I pay you to know. And he's like, yes, ma'am. Clack, 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 clack.
Nice.
And then we clip to you guys in the morning.
Gotcha.
So you have whatever it was, Ryan. You have it on this flash drive now.
Okay.
All this stuff.
Huh.
So we clip to you guys first thing in the morning. You guys have woken up and gotten to eaten your breakfast, drank your mimosas, done whatever your morning routine is, and then eventually you all hear a knock on your door, and one of the people in the uniform of the resort shows up and offers to show you to the garage where you will meet. They tell you, well, you will meet your guide, and you can begin your safari. And I'm assuming at some point in the night they sent you like a survey to ask like what kind of gun you wanted, and they will be preloaded on the Jeep when you guys arrive.
Oh my.
It was on the breakfast card, I do believe.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, exactly. And so whatever type of weapon you've picked out, you will have ready for you at the Jeep when you arrive. The question I have for you guys is, you have all picked the same package, the same zombie hunting package.
Mhm.
Your options were things like you could do. There's an urban like incursion. It's called the urban incursion that you can do, where you
Wow.
go through like what's left of a small town that used to be on the island, and shoot zombies in that. There's the sniper special where you guys can go up. They take you up onto a mountain, onto like a high perch, and you can shoot down into the like a horde of zombies.
Ooh.
There's like a free range hunters special where they sort of drive you around in the Jeep and stop at various locations, and you get out and shoot them. So you guys have picked one of those packages. You tell me which one it is, and then at the end of the night, you've all selected to spend a night under the stars, with the like extra little threat of there being the potential of a zombie horde attack in the middle of the night. So which package do you guys want to do? Do you want to do the urban incursion, the sniper one?
I think the urban incursion.
The urban, yeah.
That sounds like fun.
You're
All right.
thinking
Okay.
urban? Alright, I'm in.
Let's do it.
Because that's what the zombie war was all about.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it's
You're gonna
the
relive
most-
the glory days.
It's the glory days. Well, it's the only way he can get out of his PTSD.
It's the most
Fire
real
with fire.
experience that we could pay for.
That too.
Yeah.
It is the most brutal experience.
The most visceral.
Your
So,
PTSD is gonna have some fun.
Oh, that's the point.
You get shown to a garage, a big garage, and there's other people like loading up into Jeeps. And there's 4 of you guys, right? Five of you guys. So it's like a 6-person Jeep, not including the driver. And it's a big black and red Jeep with the big giant Z painted on the side of it, and the top pulled off. And then you see other guests piling into Jeeps and things like that. And the people show you down into this big garage with rows and rows of these Jeeps. And there's a youngish man wearing the uniform of a driver, but it's like black and red. He looks like a chauffeur, but it's like a black and red themed chauffeur's outfit with the big Z across his chest. And he shows you, they show you to this Jeep, and he's like, he's Asian. Maybe in his early 20s, he has short black hair, and
But you can't tell
he's
how old
like,
he is because he's Asian.
yes, could be 50. Who the fuck knows?
Yeah.
15 or 50. I know this. I know this intimately.
He shakes his head and he's like, "You guys are my group today, huh? It's nice to meet you. I'm Greg."
Oh,
Hi,
God.
Greg.
Hi, Greg.
Chinese.
And the fucking kid in the Call of Duty t-shirt, he's wearing
Oh
a
my
different Call of Duty t-shirt, but he's like in your group. He's standing right there. But he's got his hands.
Sweet.
He's got his hands shoved in his pockets, and he's just like looking down at the ground. Fucking like he won't look. He doesn't want to look up or interact with anybody. But he's the other person in your group, and he's like,
Oh,
Well,
Jesus.
all of your guns have been loaded up into the Jeep. So if you'll load up, we can start out. And he looks at a clipboard and he's like, well, it looks like you picked the urban incursion, so we're gonna go to the old town.
Note, Charlotte is wearing appropriate urban attire. She is wearing some,
Urban camo.
she's wearing
She's
urban
wearing, like,
camo,
hammer
like yoga
stuff.
pants. And she has 2 pistols strapped on shoulder holsters. They're semi-auto. And she's wearing a nice belt and a tank top. Black tank top.
Okay, yeah, like a pair of Glocks and shoulder holsters.
Yeah, she brings her own
Got some
guns.
Lara Croft going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jane gets a picture of her getting into the Jeep that's all like badass looking.
Yeah. Okay. You want to make a contacts roll for me, Jane?
I also have like a little black under my eyes.
Social media, the game. Okay, that's real bad.
Oh,
Oh
Uh,
god.
It's too much ash shot.
So, as it stands right now, you do not have a good shot. I will let you spend a fate point if you want. You could invoke a personal assistant or overly attached to your phone to improve the shot. Or
I
you
don't
can
think
spend
a
2
two
fate
would
points.
be- I don't think 2 would be very good, so I'll just like
You You can
Wasn't
re-roll
able to
too
get a good-
if you want.
oh.
You can spend a
That's
fate
all.
point.
But I wasn't able to get a good shot, so I didn't post it.
Okay. You'll be you're like looking at her like, come on, take the picture of me, and she's like just shaking her head and looking at you as you guys are rushed into the jeep. Did anybody else bring like personal weapons with them?
So Robin's dressed in like
So
super-
what are the people watching Susie's stream? Handy Danny McBrandy Randy says she posted it to MySpace.
Whoops. MySpace. Oh, that's the wrong link,
Nice.
dear.
Yeah.
the last post was in 2006.
Did anybody else?
Yeah.
Did anybody else bring like personal weapons with them? They're also guns.
Let's see here. Robin's wearing like high fashion version of like SWAT riot gear, if such a thing existed. And
Yeah,
she's
I mean,
got she's got a big ass like knife strapped to her leg, and a 357 Magnum like on her hip. So it's a
Nice.
giant fucking revolver.
I brought.
It takes big ass bullets.
I have like almost the same thing: black jeans with a big leather belt and belt buckle, but a trench coat made out of leather that kind of hangs down. And then in there, I have two 357 revolvers, and then a rifle, like a revolving rifle with a bayonet on the front of it.
Robin sees that they have the same handgun and winks at him.
Yeah, and I tip my hat.
Ooh.
Josh is carrying a so Josh is wearing urban camo pants, but he's just wearing a white t-shirt. He has a urban camo actual like shirt, but he just has it like tucked right into his bag. He's also carrying a grenade launcher that he has like 4 rounds that are like just taped to it.
Jesus.
Okay.
And he's also carrying a pistol with a beta mag.
Okay. So you guys are loaded for bear. Yeah, so Greg kind of looks you all up and down, and he's like, looks at the clipboard, checks something off, and he's like, personal weaponry. And then he looks at Josh, and he's like, hey, Sergeant Caraway, is that a grenade launcher?
I'm glad you noticed.
Well, do me a favor and don't blow up any buildings, because we got other guests that are coming in after you.
Don't worry. I'm good with it. I'm good.
And he shakes his head and shrugs, and he's
I'm
like,
impressed
"Really?
you got in the park with that.
He got through he got through park security, so I'm gonna make a note." He's like, all right, and then he jumps up in the Jeep and starts it, and the like doors at the front of the garage begin creaking open, and sunlight casts in hard, and he pulls the Jeep out. And like we clip away of the Jeep like pulling out into the sun, we clip back. It's like a smash cut to like the Jeep pulling up to the map I've thrown up for you guys.
All right.
Oh, that's what that is. I was super zoomed in.
So there's an old like bus turned over on its side, and what looks like a series of like shop fronts sort of
Classic.
spread about, and then there's like barrels with like fire set in them. But even from here, you can see the smoke is like gray, and you can smelling it, you can tell it's either like gas and wood or just wood. It's not like a real trash fire. And Greg sort of gets out and he pulls an Uzi from next to him and sort of throws it, the strap for it over his shoulder. And he goes, all right, urban incursion. So each of you pick a doorway, a location. You move through as a team, and he starts walking you through like a safety briefing about not shooting each other, basically.
Nice.
And he's like, and remember, it's spit, not blood, so don't let any of them bite you.
Oh god.
Oh, okay. I go ahead and I start pulling out like a bigger gun out of the back of the Jeep because I.
Oh, Greg will. If there are guns in the Jeep and there are other things you guys have in the Jeep, he will pull them out, and he knows they have a tag on them of who they're assigned to, so he knows like what to give to who. So he pulls out like a big gun case and clicks it open, and he rifles, like an AR,
Yeah, I have the AR.
like an M4A1 or something, and he goes,
Hey!
Charlotte, this is yours.
Thank you. I needed the big gun.
Pulls out another one, flips. Does anybody else have anything stored in the Jeep?
I
I
do.
have a big ass hunting rifle just waiting for me.
Okay. Yeah, he clicks it
I have
open, pulls a hunting
FM
rifle
P90.
out. Okay. Pulls out a P90.
I also
do you
have a
get-
hunting rifle and then 2 handguns that I strap on.
Okay. Bullpup for urban incursions. So
Hey,
he-
it's close
He
range.
passes out his guns and then sort of hitches his Uzi, and then and it's like, all right, and he arrays you in front of him, and then sort of just like he's trying to scoot you forward,
Mm-hmm.
like he's trying to walk you forward, and he stays behind you and is watching to make sure you don't point your guns at each other or do anything stupid. And you guys begin sort of moving through the urban environment, I assume.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. I
Yeah.
sling my rifle on my shoulder and just start walking.
I have like a
'Cause it-
little.
I'm like a pro airsoft guy that I don't use house guns. I just bring my own.
3.
I have a satchel that I'm carrying with my various chemical equipment.
Okay. So, can you guys all make notice rolls for me? Everybody? And if you don't have notice, just let me know and I will.
I do
Oh,
not
ouch.
have
Oh,
notice.
shit. There you go.
Notice here.
I have lore.
Yeah,
Right.
Ryan. Yeah, Ryan, you have notice.
Do I have a modifier?
No, you just click it. Okay.
So we're
I'm
all
just
gonna
waiting on-
die.
No, I'm just waiting on. So just type hashtag fudge in the chat. # fudge. Not slash, #.
Fudge.
There it goes. And just roll. Just click enter.
I'm only rolling one.
Nickel.
Yep. And then 0
That's what you
is
get
your
from
modifier.
hissing so much. You just made yourself throw up.
Did Nickel throw up?
Neutral.
She's trying.
So Robin Cradle will notice this first. So as you guys are moving forward from one of the doorways, you hear like a creak and a bang, and like out swings, like shoulder first, a snarling. Let's change the soundtrack here. A snarling, like angry, corpseified man. He's like naked from the waist up and wearing just like tattered jeans. One of his eyes is rotted out of his face, and he just sort of slams out. What do you want to do?
I'm going to shoot.
Well, Robin is the
Oh.
first person to notice, so she will be the first person to react. So I'm asking
Stab her
Karen.
gun. Doesn't even like look straight at him, but almost casually just like shoots him between the eyes.
Can you roll shoot for me?
With what weapon?
My magnum.
Okay.
Okay. So, doof, there's this loud cracking noise, and the bullet hits the dude right between the eyes, like you described. The back of his head is blown clean off. And as the body goes limp, you realize that it's like bracketed by its like feet and or by its ankles and its wrists, and then by like its upper neck to like a board that has been swung out in front of you.
Stupid. Aww.
So they're gonna hold our
Robin.
hands.
Nice. I look over at Robin and I go,
Yeah.
nice job.
Greg's like, "Hey, good shooting there."
Boy, howdy.
Boy, howdy.
Fish in barrels.
He just sort of shrugs and shakes his head, and he goes, "It gets more interesting. Go on, move forward."
French
You guys-
is a
you guys-
disgust.
Can you guys all make shoot rolls for me? Just everybody.
Yeah.
Oh. Ew.
You can spend fate points.
Oh God.
Nice.
I'm going to re-roll for a fate.
Can
Okay.
I?
What aspect are you gonna invoke? Your
Uh,
decorated veteran.
Yeah, decorated veteran.
Okay, go for it.
Can I also spend a fate point?
What aspect do you want to use?
I want to use my body as a temple to get better positioning for shooting.
Okay. Yeah, you're just faster reactions. Yeah.
Well, that's better.
It's better than a -1. So you guys spend about an hour running through this like maze that they've constructed inside of this old like shopping center, and it's the same thing. Like if you've ever seen like police or military training facilities where targets like pop up
Mm-hmm.
and you shoot them and then they go back down, it's like that, but there's zombies strapped to the targets. So they can just go out of the place and bang, 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 bang. And then after about like an hour of this, once you've cleared out all of the zombies, who performs well? Robin performs admirably. Jane is like an average skilled shooter, but Alex and old Bill are both like hot shit. They are both really good shots. Charlotte, you miss like 3/4 of the zombies, but you have fun. You're just like unloading guns at random. You're like with your 2 handguns.
Can I ask Jane if she can frame it to where I look good?
You could try to invoke an aspect on her. You could give her a fate point.
I mean, I was gonna be doing that anyway, so.
So
it's
So
really-
you can give her a fate point to say, because you are my personal assistant, you spend more time taking pictures of me than you do shooting.
Yes, that's what I'm gonna say.
All right.
Okay. So you spend a fate point. Jane gets a fate point.
Okay.
So Jane, we will ignore your roll. You kill a zombie, but you spend most of your time taking pictures of Charlotte while she's like do, and then but you frame it like you take a picture of her, and then you take a picture of the zombies. So you never take a picture of her and the zombies in the same frame.
Mhm.
Do you want to roll context for me? Okay. Yeah. The photos are good. You have so many fucking fate points that I don't want to offer you another one. The photos, it's fine. You do fine.
Okay.
Okay.
You do well with what you can work with. I was gonna compel you to be like your fucking phone's gone dead. But but you have 6 fate points already. You're good.
Can I take a compel and go back to the truck and pass out because of my
Yeah.
insomnia?
Yeah.
And
I'll give you that.
I want to do an investigate and kind of walk up to one of the dead ones and kind of look and see how fresh it's been killed. Like,
yeah.
if its clothes seem new, or if it's got some kind of cause of death that turned it into a zombie.
Yeah, roll investigate for me, and then so Greg comes up behind you guys and puts down a cooler. It opens it, and it's full of beer and like mixed drinks. Do you wanna
Yeah.
spend a fate point, Ryan?
Nah.
Okay.
I'll save it.
I
We've still got plenty of time to go.
He puts down this cooler full of booze and flips it open, and he has like mixers in there too.
You got any
He's like-
PBR? in there?
Several. He goes, no, but I have a lager. Oh wait, I forgot his accent. No, but I got a lager.
I like how he's randomly
I don't know
southern.
what that means.
He's a Southern Asian.
Do you have any
He's,
champagne?
The kid. I forgot about the fucking kid.
Is he old enough? He's not old enough to
Did
drink.
he get lost in there?
He's not old enough to drink,
that's
but
quite
he
good.
does shoot pretty well. He seems to know. He's like shooting, and like he turns to say something snide about how good he's shooting to Josh, and Josh is like snapping headshots like one round at a time at these dudes, and then he just like stops. He's like, fuck. Not old enough to drink, but Greg pulls out drinks and he goes, well, we can have our refreshments here, and then like Josh just walks past him back toward the Jeep, and he's like, he shrugs. He's like, be careful, don't go too far now. Stay near the Jeep. We can have our refreshments here, and I brought sandwiches, and then we'll head back to the camp, where you guys will spend your night under the stars.
Oh, that was it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, great. I would like. Do you have champagne in that cooler?
It does, yeah. He pulls out a bottle of champagne, and like from the side of the cooler, there's like a compartment that comes open that has chilled glasses in it. He starts pouring champagne.
Is it a real? Is it an actual glass or is it plastic?
They're real glasses.
Excellent,
But
because I'm a
before I
rich
fall
bitch
asleep-
and I'm not gonna drink out of plastic.
But before I fall asleep, can I ask the cowboy to throw me a beer?
Sure. What role would that be? Physique?
No, it's just for
Do it.
flavor.
Yeah, just do it.
All right. Yeah, I look down at the cooler and look at you, and I grab one and just backhand it towards you, like.
Yeah, throwing beers
Is
is
it-
something you've done before. Do you just like shotgun it?
Yeah,
Pull out like a big
basically,
combat knife, stab it, and
yeah, basically, a bayonet. I just pull out a bayonet.
let's,
Uh,
let's check in. Other than insomnia, like I'm not gonna offer you compel for this, Caraway, but like you do feel like there's something weirdly relaxing about that. You feel a little better. You having killed all those zombies, the pressure of like survival seems to be removed from you, and the action of just slaughtering them somehow became, I don't know, easier. Let me put the Jeep on this map. Something about it, just I don't know, felt right.
cool.
I think he's
Sweet.
huge Jeep. There we go. Shrink that down. Okay. So you guys can spend, half an hour or whatever taking lunch before Greg can load all the stuff back up into the Jeep.
Gotcha.
And yeah, he loads up. You guys get loaded up into the Jeep, and he pulls back out onto the road. And as you guys move further into the interior, it becomes less and less jungle and more like scrub and desert. Like sandier, dirtier. The plants get pokey and angry. And Greg, all of a sudden, like, there's a crackle on the radio, and he pulls the Jeep off to the side of the road and stops. And he goes to talk on the radio. Can you guys make notice rolls for me?
I did so good at rolling in the beginning, and then after that,
You got 6 fate points. You can spend them if you want, Caroline. We're only gonna play for
Sure.
like another hour.
Well, what
So what aspect do you want to use?
personal assistant, because I have to be, attentive to what's going on around me to be a good personal assistant. So would that be a
you-
reroll or just like bump it up by one?
You can take a +2 or a reroll. It's up to you. You pick.
I'll take a
I'm
reroll.
also okay. Go for it. And
It's basically turned out to be the same thing.
okay. So you guys don't hear what he says on the radio because you are interrupted by the sound of moaning.
Sorry, that was my belly.
So you start hearing groaning and moaning, and I think Jane actually notices first because of your stunt. Like zombies sort of come out from around the brush. You guys all still have guns on you. There's let me roll a d6. There are 5 of them that sort of come from either side of the road, almost like out of nowhere. And start slowly marching their way toward the Jeep. What do you guys want to do? The kid in the back seat starts like he put his gun in the back, like he had Greg put it away, and he just starts going, "Oh shit, man! Oh shit, man!" and trying to get into the back of it.
I whip out one of my handguns and,
Yeah.
take aim to shoot one of them.
I'm gonna compel Alex again. I'm gonna say because of your insomnia and you went back to the Jeep, you sleep. You're just still asleep. You don't even wake up as the zombies are coming up on you. You're having sweet dreams of zombie murder.
You could.
It's up to you. You can take it and still be asleep, or you can spend a fate point to say no. Alex.
Oh, sorry, muted myself. I'll take it.
Okay. So you were asleep. Somebody could still try to wake him up. So the kid's fumbling around. Jane, you're just gonna shoot at one of them?
I'm gonna
Yep.
wake him up, but I don't know what that
I
means.
All right.
I'm
You don't have to
just
roll.
I'm gonna stand up where like I'm standing on the seat, my head's sticking out the top because I assume the top's off the Jeep.
Yeah, the top's off the Jeep.
It's an
Like,
adventure
and I-
mobile.
Rest my rifle on the roll bar and take a shot.
Okay.
I do the same. Robin also gets up, and in the process, she sort of accidentally on purpose kicks Caraway with her pointy heel.
Well,
Charlotte.
Charlotte's like shaking him awake. She like reaches over to
Oh, okay.
him awake.
Well, apparently it's not working, so I'm still gonna kick the shit out of him.
Yeah. So he.
Right in the shin.
Yeah. Okay. So go ahead and take your shot then. Everybody who's shooting. So not Caraway and not Charlotte.
Yeah.
But we're shooting again.
No, you made your roll already.
Okay, so I was kind of confused.
The kid's trying to get his gun. So 2 of these 5 zombies. There's 3 loud cracks, and then your bullet skids off a nearby rock jam, goes twing off into the distance. But there's these 2 loud cracks. Is Robin and
Bill.
but Old Bill, and Old Bill drop 2 of these dudes, and then Caraway, you are shaken awake, and 2 of the zombies like reach the front of the Jeep. Can you guys make notice rolls for me?
We're probably also like accidentally raining some hot brass on him.
There it is. I couldn't find it.
Okay. So you tied. I'll give it to you, Ryan, because I'm nice. You notice as Greg reaches down and pulls his Uzi out and like racks a round into it, he looks like bizarrely calm. Like he has this look on his face, like, oh no, zombies, like that, but like literally in that tone. Like he's just sort of lackadaisically racking around into his like he doesn't really care. And the zombies, like 2 of them thud up to the front of the Jeep, and then so there's 5, 2 of them got shot. 2 of them thud up to the front of the Jeep and like start kind of climb on top of it, and you see you see Greg just like stand up, aim over the top of the Jeep, and start shooting at one of them.
Nice. Good boy.
Oh, yeah, mows one of them down rapidly. So there's still 2 zombies left. What do you guys want to do?
Charlotte
I'm gonna
would like to
try and
react.
Okay. Go ahead, Charlotte.
I'm gonna shoot with my pistol, which I assumed I put the big gun away. But I have my personal guns on me, so I'm gonna pull out my personal gun and shoot at the one that's toward the back. I guess that's coming from the back of the Jeep.
Okay, so you stand up and like it like reaches up to the back of the Jeep and like grabs the back of the Jeep just as you stand up, and the kid is like flipping out trying to pull his gun out, and you just crash. There's another loud boom and it tumbles back off the back of the Jeep. Blood and ichor and gore everywhere. So there's still 1 zombie on the front of the Jeep.
I want to turn around and take my bayonet and just slam it into right between its eyes.
Okay. You want to make a fight roll for me? You don't
I?
have fight.
Oh.
So just roll. You could type
Crap.
# fudge into the chat, and then your modifier will be 0. And then for this, I will actually roll for the zombie.
Well, that didn't work very well. I didn't think of fight. Crap.
Yeah, it climbs up and it actually grabs a hold of like the end of your bayonet and then like your hand and starts pulling you over the front of the seat. So like you guys can see that Old Bill is now getting pulled over the Jeep by this zombie, and it's reaching out with its teeth like and Greg actually like leans up and kicks, like he steps over the front windshield of the Jeep and tries to like kick it. I gotta roll for the zombie. Fuck Greg.
Huh.
Oh dear.
Yeah, no, he kicks the shit out of it. Whack! And it tumbles back, lets go of you, and is now splayed on the front of the Jeep with its dead buddy. What's everybody doing?
Oh, that was a death hit?
Taking a chance.
No,
with
it's
the shooter.
still alive.
Okay.
I took a chance
Whoa.
and took a picture of Charlotte shooting the other one.
Okay, roll contacts for me.
Yes.
Let's see how well you do.
Woo! This is getting a little intense.
Okay, yeah, you get a good shot of it. Snap. What's everybody else doing? Caraway, you're awake now.
Okay. I'm going to spin around, and I'm going to There's 1 zombie left, right?
Yep.
Yeah,
Right.
on the hood. On the
I'm
hood.
gonna,
of the Jeep.
I'm gonna spin around and take a nice shot at it.
Go for it.
Woo!
Through the windshield?
Through the windshield.
With a 6, I'm gonna say he equals it so he doesn't hit the windshield. So there's another crack, another boom. The zombie's head splatters. The female zombie, the one that was left, tumbles off the hood of the car. And Greg starts putting almost without stopping or thinking, puts the sling for his Uzi over his shoulder and just gets out of the Jeep. And he's like, "Well, that was exciting. Good shooting, y'all." And starts pushing the other dead body off the front of his Jeep. And he's looking at the Jeep to see if it's dented. And he's like, "Well, I guess we best continue on to camp then." And he starts walking back to the Jeep.
Mm-hmm. I feel
Robin-
slightly defeated because I'm not as young as I used to be. That
Robin
I missed.
Robin asks Greg, was that part of your tour?
And he goes, "Oh no, sometimes they just do you have empathy?"
No, I don't, but I have rapport and lore.
It would be empathy. Just roll with a +0. He's alive. He fell off.
Sorry, how do I...
Type # fudge into the Roll20 chat, and it'll and then your modifier will be 0.
Okay.
And I rolled real well. Yeah, he seems. I don't know. He's Asian. It's hard to tell whether or not he's lying. Those Asians are tricky.
Oh, them Japs.
And he's like, "No, just sometimes, they get out of the fence, but you're all well-armed individuals. You handled it fine. Don't worry about it." And he cranks the Jeep, starts to put it into gear.
Robin is still suspicious because what the fuck?
Do I look? I want to look around. Do I notice any cameras that were watching us?
Ooh.
Make a notice roll or investigate. I think either one.
They're both the same on me.
Do you want to spend a fate point?
Sure.
I think being an old cowboy means that you're good at looking for things that are out of place. You can spend a fate point for that. Do you want the +2 or the reroll? I'm gonna say the +2 will give it to you.
Yeah, the +2 would be fine.
Okay. Yeah. So you get a 5. So yeah, with your quick glance around before you pile back into the Jeep, you notice a couple of things. I forgot you have that other aspect. You can keep that fate point actually, because you have that other aspect, the dirty secret that you made earlier.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So you have that. Yeah, to be looking for suspicious things. So the two things you notice, one is one of the plants, like a yucca nearby with big spiky spines, does have the reflection of what looks like a lens in it.
Mm-hmm.
But it's about 10-15 feet off the side of the road, so you can see this lens. The other thing you notice is you know what ghillie suits are?
Yeah, the camouflage.
Yeah, it's like that, but they're on long strands rather than being worn by people. And they had been laid down on the side of the road. But the reason you notice them now that the adrenaline is moving out of your system is because they're lifted up slightly, almost like something was hid under there.
Huh.
And that's what you get before he piles you back into the Jeep.
Like the zombies were under there and they got released when we pulled up.
I mean, that would be a reasonable assumption to make. So he piles you guys back into the Jeep and starts driving further off into the inland, and eventually turns off down a little dirt track and comes to an area where there's what looks like an old building used to be, but it's collapsed. It's just the stonework foundation. There's a fallen over statue in the middle, and then there's there's 6 because there's 6 of you. 7. There's 7 big tents. Big tents, like yurts set up with a fireplace in the center, and all of them have cots and beds and stuff made up in the middle of them. And he's at this point, it's starting to get late in the day. The sun hasn't set, but it's starting to dip behind the mountain in the center of the island, and it's cooling off. And he gets down. He parks the Jeep in the middle of it all, and he's like, "Well, I'll get the fire started. Y'all feel free to look around camp." And he goes over to the fire pit where there's already wood split and stacked, and he starts starting a fire. You guys feel free to do what you want.
I think Charlotte's gonna, play up the game, so to speak, and go and very cautiously check out her you know, her digs, her new digs, but with guns out, because you know she wants to look cool.
Okay, yeah,
Jane's
it's
documenting this.
okay. I mean, it's a yurt. So the floor is covered in rugs that have been thrown out. Though it's clean. There's a bed with blankets and a sleeping bag rolled up at the foot of it, and there's sheets. But it's like a cot with a thick pad on it that looks fairly comfortable. You knew you were going to be, in quotation marks, roughing it when you came out. That was part of the plan. Greg is busying himself with like making hot chocolate and coffee.
Oh,
So
excellent.
I'm sitting in front of mine. I have a table set up with my guns laid out on it, and I've taken them all apart and kind of cleaning them. Yeah, and my hat is kind of like on the back of the chair.
I think Charlotte's probably reaching into her bag for her fancy French soaps, her French milled soaps that she's putting next to her wash basin and everything in her tent.
Okay.
And
Yeah, there's a water pump off to the side of the camp. There we go.
and of course she has her perfumes laid out next to it.
Yeah, so there's like a water pump next to the camp, like just off the side of the camp, where you guys can just get. Well, it's not even really a pump, but it looks like a pump. But when you raise the handle, water just comes out of it like a faucet.
Oh, one of those.
Yeah, like they have in campgrounds.
Yeah.
The nicer
so
ones.
the evening wears on. What do you guys want to do as it gets dark and cold, or cool at least?
While Will was working on his gun, I'd saddle up next to him and just continue. I basically break down my guns as well and just go through and
shoot the shit.
Yeah, we just
You
shoot the
guys have
shit.
a bonding moment.
It's a bonding moment.
Yeah.
It's the buddy cop moment. But later in the night, just kind of walk around camp and just look for like places in the event of uprising to chill out.
Okay. Yeah. Make a. This would be investigate, I think.
Notice.
You could use notice. Yeah,
I think
you're like
investigate
scouting.
makes more sense.
Yeah, but I'll let him use notice.
It's only a difference of 1, so.
So I'm gonna give you like we'll say a DC of like 4 to like create an aspect about the camp, like you have a route out or something like that. So you have a 2 right now.
Okay.
So you can spend a fate point to bump that up if you want.
Do you want me to add that as an aspect, or just because it's temporary?
It will be you're creating an aspect for the camp, the
Okay.
location. So just think of the location as like a player, and you can create an aspect for it with a roll.
Oh, okay.
And then later you can invoke that aspect for free.
Yeah, in that case, I will spend a fate point and add that to the area.
Okay, so this will be for you. You got a way.
I think Charlotte takes a couple of minutes or so sitting next to the campfire and she starts sharpening sticks.
Okay, you're making like punji sticks.
Yeah, and I'm gonna put them like in front of the door out to my tent.
So okay, so we'll get back to you in just a second. So Alex, you've created this aspect. You found like the most immediate route back to the road, or do you want like the most defensible location in camp?
Defensible location.
Okay. You spell defensible.
Defensible.
And-
DEFENSIBLE.
Got it.
Defensible.
I'm gonna get up and go to the watering hole real quick.
The dog follows.
Defensible location. So there's that aspect that you can use at any time for free. So you're making like punji sticks. I think your crafts are for chemistry.
Yeah.
Normally I would have you roll crafts for that.
You could just roll
think-
the standard without a modifier.
Yeah, or I think you could roll lore for this. Maybe this is something you read about, like them doing during the zombie war. I'd give you that.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, I'll just, because you've created these punji sticks, I'll just add a use to the defensible location. They're not like well made. You don't actually know what it is you're doing, but you have sharpened a bunch of pieces of wood and staked them about in places where it looks like zombies might come from. Does anybody else want to do anything else during the evening? Greg makes hot chocolate and like coffee and puts it on a table near the fire, and is like, y'all come get some of this. It's good.
Robin goes over for coffee because she lives off of coffee and protein bars.
Same with Jane, except like she has a better palate and does not live off protein bars.
And then a tank. Oh no.
Yeah, I think I would probably get a coffee as well, and I add something to it. You see me pull something out of my bag, and I add to it.
You're pouring some sort of concoction into it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And mostly Robin just looks kind of like, she still looks like glamorously disheveled, but also kind of grumpy because this trip is not turning out to be what she wanted it to be, and she's really glad she's not paying for it.
Okay. So, Greg fixes dinner. Like, I think you guys had pre-entered like orders, so he knows like what all your dietary requirements are and like what you want for dinner that evening.
Meat.
Yeah, and he seems a very capable chef. He has like he's from inside the Jeep. He pulls out like a portable stove and makes food.
Nice.
And make sure that everybody gets fed. And then after doing that, he like takes his Uzi and makes like one lap of the camp, and then goes into his tent.
Which tent is this?
I don't know. I didn't put enough tents out, so
You're short 3.
and- not a big deal. This is gonna be the green one. There you go. So his is the green one. So, what do you guys want to do with your evening? Or do you all go to bed?
Robin's probably going to sit and smoke with Charlotte.
I want to go back to the Jeep where that cooler was and grab a beer out of that cooler.
Okay, yeah, there's more alcohol in the cooler, so yeah, more beer is had. On a scale of 1 to El Maguey's, how drunk do you get?
Is it Wednesday?
That's a Rolla
Yeah.
joke.
Let us know.
What
Yeah.
day of the week is it?
How drunk do you want to get?
I guess to the point where I'm like glassy-eyed, sitting in the chair, just kind of rambling about how we used to do things.
Oh my
can you
god.
make-
Robin
can
is
you make-
sitting with rapt attention while you are doing.
Can you make a physique roll for me? Let's find out how drunk you are.
Physique.
hmm Okay. Unless you want to spend a fate point, you're fucking plastered.
No, I don't need to do that.
Okay, then I'm gonna create an aspect on you that I can use later called fucking plastered. You rolled a -1. We'll do 1. Fucking plastered. So Ryan or Old Bill gets fucking plastered. So the night wears on. Old Bill drinks and tells his stories. A lot of you feel free to interrupt me at any point if you want to have any conversations. But eventually it gets late, and several of you go to bed.
And this is when Josh starts drinking.
Okay. So my question is, it gets on to about 12:30 at night. It's really late. Who's still awake?
I'm still awake from the insomnia.
Insomnia? Yeah.
I mean,
I'm
Charlotte.
still out. I'm outside my tent, but I'm not awake.
You pass out in like the camp chair out front.
Yeah.
I mean, Charlotte's probably. She's still awake. She's probably looking at like some sort of weird book that she brought about chemistry. You know, how she's gonna improve a formula or something.
Like taking notes out of it
Yeah.
with a lantern next to you. Are you inside your tent?
I'm going to make a new, more
yeah, I'm
cost-efficient
putting it
way
in
to
my
make
tent.
meth. There you go.
Yeah. Yeah. So we get a pan around the camp, and is anybody else still awake, or the rest of you guys go to sleep?
Robin never sleeps. She waits, so she's pretending to sleep.
Okay. So we get a pan around the camp. We get a shot of like Robin like laying in her bed, but with her eyes still open, just listening. We get a shot of you, Charlotte, taking notes, and of Sergeant Caraway drinking heavily, and then I think it pans past all of you, whatever activity you're doing, and then the last shot we get is of old Bill like in the chair with like a beer in his hand, just passed out, like snoring loudly.
Mm-hmm.
So
I'm passed
those
out,
of
but I'm
you,
still able to hold the beer with precision.
yeah, those of you that are awake, can you guys make notice rolls for me? Yeah, it's like my dad when we used to go canoeing. If the canoe ever tipped over, his beer and his cigarettes would somehow magically never get wet.
And they'd always stay straight up.
It was like a superpower. -2.
Wow, Robin, yours really is appropriate.
Robin. I don't think zombies are particularly stealthy.
Not when I don't fucking sleep.
0.
Well,
Okay.
apparently they're more stealthy than that I take notice of.
Let me roll for. You're wrapped in your notes. Let me roll for.
Old Greg is like old man sleep, just like out.
Okay, so Robin, you're gonna notice it first. You hear at first, you think maybe it's like a small animal or something moving through the brush nearby, but then it gets a little louder, and then you hear another thing moving, and then another, and then you hear a moan, a loud, long moan from outside your tent.
Okay, I scream at everyone, awake! Awake!
I think Charlotte just gets all disturbed and she pulls out her gun and she looks around her tent for the big gun that she borrowed.
And I stopped breathing for a moment, like I woke up, and I go.
Oh, that apnea is gonna kill you, man.
Your hypertension must be insane. Your blood pressure must be insane. Yeah, and also Robin like whips out her gun from wherever the hell she was hiding it. She's actually wearing like jammies.
I think I put perfume in my bullets throughout the night. I don't know. It seems like a thing that she would do. She's like, well, maybe this will make them smell better, attract less. I don't know.
It's cruelty free. All of your products are technically cruelty free.
Technically, yeah.
I mean,
Testing on zombies.
you never got them in your eyes.
Basically,
Right.
yeah, I'm running a new test. I want to see
Well,
if
since
it-
zombies
How many
exist in this
zombies are
universe,
there?
you can test them on zombies.
Exactly.
A bunch.
There you go.
I basically just want to, see if it works to repel.
I don't have tokens for you guys.
What?
Yeah, because it's like I don't have tokens for business people. I might have a cowboy.
We can all be cowboys.
I think what you can do is just type your name on the map wherever it is you want to be, and we will use that to mark your location.
Okay.
And the way we're gonna do initiative is you guys are all gonna roll note. Well, those of you that are awake already did, so we'll start with that. And let me roll for the zombies.
How do I type my name onto the Oh, wait, there we
over
go. I'm
the
stupid.
left
There we
is a
go.
big eye. Yeah.
I got it.
What color?
Zombies got a 3. So the Z's will go on a 3. Greg has a 2.
I guess I
Josh
should have
is
known better
so
not to
big.
get wasted.
And then what else did we get on notice? You got a -1, Susie? Oh no, you got a. What did you get on your notice roll earlier?
-1.
I'm not seeing you. Okay, so you'll go last.
I haven't rolled a
Charlotte.
notice because I was asleep.
Yeah, you're awake now. And then I will put Robin first. So go ahead and roll notice for me.
Me?
Alex.
Where did it go?
And then the kid.
Oh yeah! Oh fuck.
And then
The
Jane
kid.
will go.
Poor kid, we keep forgetting about him.
He doesn't even have a name, and it's great.
I got it. I got
It's
it.
probably
It's
like
Billy.
Tyler or something.
Fucking Chad. So Robin,
Fucking Greg.
You come crashing out of your tent. They're all named Greg. Robin, you come crashing out of your tent. You hear all this moaning and groaning and creatures moving around through the brush. What do you want to do?
I immediately open fucking fire on this one over here.
Okay.
I'm gonna shoot him. And he's really close, so...
Okay.
Can I draw the sticks? I forgot to draw the sticks in town.
It's just an aspect you work. You
okay.
kill a zombie. Let me make a list
Nice.
here. How many fucking zombies did I put out? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
Oh god. Baker's dozen.
Oh no.
Okay. So, if you weren't awake before, you were awake now, including old Bill. There's a whip crack of Robin's massive pistol going off, and one of the zombies dies.
Fucker.
There's a splatter of brains as you shoot it in the head, and its body collapses down. But you can see closing in on the camper a shit ton more, which makes it Jane's turn. So Jane, you hear Robin screaming, you hear a shot go off, and as you wake up, you can hear zombies enclosing on the camp, moaning.
All right. So I come out of my tent, turn around, and I see this one's the closest to me. So I
Okay.
shoot that one.
Okay. Let me roll for the zombie. So you tied with him, so right now you're not killing him, but you can spend a fate point if you want.
I will spend a fate point using my weekend shooter thing.
Okay, do you want the +2 or the reroll?
+2.
Okay, bang. So Jane comes out. What kind of pistol does Jane carry?
I don't know, a fucking pistol.
Is it? Well, you don't have
I
to tell
don't
me
know.
this specific name. Like, I'm more interested in because think of it as like a movie. I'm more interested in the style. Is it a big revolver?
Large
Is it a little,
caliber
mouse
bullet,
gun?
small caliber bullet.
I don't even want to know that. I just want to know what it looks like physically. Like, is it a big, giant, ridiculous thing? Is it a little tiny, like, purse gun?
It's like a normal sized pistol.
It's like
Like
something a
paintball?
cop would carry.
Yeah, more like
Yeah.
that.
So Jane comes crashing out of her tent with like a 1911, and yeah, it takes like a perfect shooting stance, aims out at this thing, and another one of the zombies collapses dead, which makes it their turn. 1, 2, 3 that way. 2 of them start ripping. So 4 of them surround Greg's tent and start ripping it down. This one moves on Robin. These guys are gonna rip this tent down. I'm gonna assume that this is, what is Alex's character's name again?
Josh. He's up in the top corner. He was just chilling there.
Where are you?
Up.
Behind the Jeep.
I'm behind the Jeep by the.
Oh, you're not in your tent, so never mind. I won't put your. I just didn't see your name on there. Okay. In that case, I think you're up high, so 2 of the zombies are going to. They move over and start trying to climb up on the side of this like dilapidated structure.
I'm surprised
I'm gonna
they
make
even see me, but whatever.
You want to make a stealth roll?
Sure, I'll make a stealth roll.
Go for it. I got a 0 to notice you, so. Okay, they don't notice you. They rip your tent down.
Oh, my tent.
Yeah,
That was a nice tent.
shredding into your tent. Robin, the zombie you didn't kill, comes crashing around the corner, reaches out. It's like a woman. Can you make a lore roll for me?
A what? Oh, lore.
Okay.
Oops.
You know, it's a zombie lady. And I got a 4 to try to rip into you. So, how do you want to defend? So you could use fight or physique, either one, to try to avoid getting nommed on by it.
I'm gonna use Can I use something like deceive to kind of like juke around her?
Deceive is literally a social skill. So
Okay,
you're
there we go. So I'm gonna use.
Fucking
I think I'm
good.
gonna use athletic.
I would say you could use athletics to do some ninja shit. So go
Oh.
ahead and roll athletics. So right now I'm hitting you for 3.
Okay.
try to spend a fate point if you got one that you want to use, or aspect you want to use, or you
Can
can
I do
take
a
a
saving roll?
3-shift hit.
I'm gonna use
Or you could use the defensible location that has been set up. You could use one of the uses of that to get a +2.
I'm actually gonna spend a fate point, and then use wolf in sheep's clothing.
Okay. So go ahead and
That's
spend your
nice.
fate point. Are you
Yeah.
gonna reroll or take a +2?
I'm gonna reroll.
Okay, go for it.
Okay.
3. Okay, so you're gonna take so on your stress markers down at the bottom, you should have a box that says like 1, 2, 3. Click the 1.
Okay, 1. Gotcha.
That one. Do physical stress.
Oh, there we go.
So you take 1 physical stress. What is your
Gotcha.
physique? Yeah, you don't have that 4th box, so those should be checked already.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So the zombie, it hasn't bitten you yet, but it just sort of like flops down on you, grabs you by the shoulders. It manages to like shove your gun up between you and it, but you can feel like the strain in your muscles as like a muscle pulls and a tendon gets stressed as you're pushing this thing away from you. It's much stronger than it should be. So it's like trying to slowly rip you into its mouth.
I am not happy.
So zombies. Charlotte, are you still inside your tent or do you come out?
I think I start to come out.
Okay, well then you are immediately met by the face of a zombie, and you can hear more like ripping and clawing at your tent behind you. So, the zombie gonna try to nom you.
Okay.
So, what do you want to roll to defend?
I guess physique.
Okay, go ahead. I got a 0, so it should be easy.
Yeah, I got 0.
Yeah, no, he comes like stumbling forward slowly, kick out with your foot, shove him back in like in his stomach. So he takes a few steps back. He's still right in your face, but he didn't get to try to nom you, which makes it Greg's turn. He's gonna come out of his tent.
You can do it, Greg. Save them.
I'm old Greg. With his Uzi.
With his Uzi.
Tiny. That's really annoying. Anyway.
Yeah, wouldn't let me.
Greg comes out of his tent just as they as like the zombies like finish ripping it down and unloads one of his Uzi. Unloads his Uzi at one of them.
Nice.
And he starts yelling, "Jeep! Get in the Jeep! He's got an accent. Get in the Jeep now! Y'all get in the Jeep!" And he kills a zombie.
He killed it good. So good.
Which makes it Josh's turn.
I'm going to lob a grenade.
Oh no!
With the grenade launcher at my former tent.
Okay.
Oh my god.
So
Too close to the Jeep.
here's what I'm gonna do. If you roll well, you'll kill the zombies and not hit the Jeep. If you roll poorly, you'll kill the zombies and blow up the Jeep.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead.
Oh no!
We'll say it's a 4. If you get a 4 or better,
nice.
Oh god. Woo!
You weren't kidding
Oh,
about knowing how to use that.
I'm not even gonna roll for the zombies. I'm just gonna start putting red X's out.
Multi-kill.
Yeah. So there's a sudden bang,
Quintuple
ear ringing, deafening noise.
I'm definitely awake now.
Yeah, there's this sudden bang, this ear, and like his tent is just gone in a big ball of fire that like temporarily lights the area, and you can see like further off, like we see it as a camera shot, but you guys as characters see it further off, like behind them in the light of the now burning tent is you can see more zombies coming your way.
Oh boy.
Oh shit. Get in the Jeep.
Get in the Jeep.
I have just like a ball of fire I can throw down, which makes it, or unless you want to move or do anything else, that makes it Charlotte's turn.
I was just gonna make a beeline to the Jeep's cab.
Okay.
Since
Yeah,
I'm
you can do
really
that.
close.
So you leap up into the cat like the driver's seat.
Yeah, in the driver's seat.
Okay, you are now in the driver's seat of the Jeep.
Okay.
Which makes it Charlotte's turn. There's a zombie trying to eat your face.
Am I able to shoot it? Okay. I'm going to shoot it.
Okay.
Am I still passed out, or do I get a turn?
Oh, I didn't write you down. Can you roll notice for me?
Yeah.
You rolled a 0.
I
You
was
hit it.
Notice.
So there's a quick snapping shot. It's not clean. Like, the thing grabs your wrist just as your hand comes up. And you manage to shoot it like in the side of the cheek. And its head is whipped about, and it collapses dead down to the ground. Go ahead and take your turn, Bill.
Okay. So I want to. I'm definitely wide awake and sobered up now. Since that thing just blew up right next to me,
Mm-hmm.
and I want to hop up on this wall in front of me, and then take a shot at this zombie attacking Robin with my revolver.
Okay. I'm gonna use the aspect of fucking plastered. I'm gonna say you're still a little drunk.
Okay.
So I'm gonna give the zombie a +2.
Damn it.
So go ahead and roll your shot. I got a 2.
Hold on, I forgot to pull it up.
Can I get into the Jeep from where I am?
Yeah. Yeah, you take off running. Just as like the zombies pull the tent down behind you, you hear it go crashing to the ground. Charlotte runs and leaps in the Jeep. So right now we're tied, so you don't get a hit, but you can spend a fate point if you want.
Yeah, I'll do that because Robin needs help.
Okay.
How high is that wall? Is it like waist high?
It's like, yeah.
Yeah. So I do like a saving shot.
Yeah, so
Hit that zombie.
So you spend your fate point?
Yeah.
Cool. So old Bill comes running up with like one of his boots coming off behind his foot. Like your shoe kicks off, and you have to pick it up in your empty hand and aim drunkenly with the revolver. So Robin, you see over the zombie shoulders, it's coming towards you. Old Bill sort of swaying on top of this wall. And his hand for just an instant steadies. He snaps a shot with his big revolver, and the zombie in front of you dies. Like flops down, plain matter splattered on your face, and then he sort of drunkenly puts his boot back on. Did you want to do anything else?
I tip my hat.
He tips his hat. Then he tips his hat to you.
That's all for now.
Charlotte, yeah, the kid comes running out. The teenager comes running out in like his underwear, trying to pull a Call of Duty shirt on over his head, and looks around and just makes a beeline for the Jeep. And he's going, "We gotta get the fuck out of here, man! There's fucking zombies everywhere, man!" Robin.
I am book it to the. My movement speed is still 30 feet, right?
Your movement speed is whatever I decide it is.
Oh well, I'm gonna like.
There's no limit to movement and fate. You can move from what are called zones, like one zone to the other. So you can move to the Jeep if you want.
I'm gonna ninja sprint to the Jeep.
Okay. Yeah, you go running and leap up into the Jeep.
Yeah, athletics.
You just run and climb in the Jeep. That's just moving around. So you can still take a shot at a zombie if you want.
Okay.
So sprinting,
while I do something
everybody
like
except Old Bill.
super badass, I'm gonna go find a nearby zombie. As I go around, I'm gonna shoot this guy over here.
Okay.
And
It's like taken stumbling off after the kid while the kid's trying to pull his t-shirt on at the same time.
I'm still like fondling my revolver.
Okay.
Well, he's dead.
Well, let me see what the zombie gets. The zombie got a -2. You still hit him. I'm gonna spend a fate point and get a reroll.
Oh shit.
For the zombie. I'm gonna invoke one of their aspects that you don't know. There we go. So you crack off a shot, and the zombie sort of like actually it falls in the dirt and the sand and is like scrambling on all fours toward this kid. It's moving really, really quickly. Seeing this zombie run quickly, can you guys make lore checks for me? Thanks.
I'm super bound.
Lore
I'm so bad at
checks?
lore.
Yep. Okay. I'll give it to Ryan. Ryan, you know that old zombies that have been around since before the war, are not fast.
Mm-hmm.
There's no way this zombie should be moving that fucking quickly if it's been dead for a long time. They get progressively slower the older they are. So that's Robin's turn, which makes it Jane's turn.
All
Oh,
right.
Robin, you got a 2. You know the same thing.
I know that they're what? I'm sorry, I zoned out.
Only fresh zombies move quickly like that. Older ones
okay.
are slow.
Gotcha.
All right.
Yeah.
So I whirl
Interesting.
around, take a shot at this dude,
Yeah, they've pulled that tent down, so you just ignore it.
and
That
then
was your
after
employer's
that,
tent.
I'm going to run to the Jeep.
Okay.
I'm gonna look at Jane. Are you Instagramming this?
You better have your phone out
yet.
recording this shit.
Okay. You snap another shot, another dead zombie.
Oh.
I jump in the Jeep
It's-
and then I pull out my phone.
Yeah, you just jump into the Jeep. So I gotta start pulling your phone out. Which makes it, Bill, it's your turn again. Everybody but you and Greg have made it to the Jeep.
Bill?
Get to the
Oh,
chopper.
sorry. I was thinking my name's William. Uh,
Sorry, William.
yeah.
Wilhelm.
Except for me and Greg.
Yep.
Okay. So I will leap off the thing and start kind of brisk walking, and I'm going to take my revolver and shoot at this one. Can you see my clicks?
Which one? Click and hold?
That one. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Since that
Yeah,
one's the
that tent-
closest.
That tent has been ripped down, so go ahead and take your shot.
So I'll probably be like right here since it's close to me.
I got a -1, so you gotta be at a -1. Holy fuck.
Whoa.
That should be
Damn.
piercing damage if there's one behind him.
Yeah, you succeed with style. I'll let you shoot 2 of them. How about that?
All right.
Because you succeed with a plum, right?
So I have two
he's-
revolvers, and I just go.
Yeah. Well, here's the old cowboy. Poof, poof, finishes fixing his boot, and you can make it to the Jeep if you
As
want.
I'm walking, and my trench coat kind of waves in the wind behind me,
yeah.
and I hop in the
Yeah,
front seat.
seriously, every time he takes a shot, one of these things falls, which makes it the zombie's turn, which is unfortunate for Greg. So there's 1, 2, 3 of
Who
them.
had the keys to the Jeep? Or are they in the
Greg.
ignition? Oh shit!
Who's got the highest drive skill and who can hotwire the car?
I have
Well, I don't.
craft for mechanics.
I have drive.
I have craft too.
Okay, Greg is pulled down onto the ground, and you see one of like three of these zombies just pile onto him, and you see one of them bury its teeth down into his shoulder. He screams out in pain and like snaps a
Was
shot
that
over
Greg or
his
someone else?
Yeah, no, that was somebody else. Robin snaps a shot over his shoulder and starts trying to crawl away and is like screaming, blood pouring down his body, and they're pulling
Oh my
him
God.
back toward his collapsed tent.
Do we
Greg
have?
be
Do we
dying.
have a zombie? Do we have a zombie cure in this world yet?
I can craft something.
Alex. it
What
is
up?
your turn.
Okay.
Oh, I'm going to try
You see
and
Greg getting murderized.
I'm going to hotwire the car
Okay.
or make an attempt.
Yeah, and you hear the kid behind you going, "Holy fuck, man!" Big hotwire car. I'll see is like a 4.
Needed.
Oh no!
Yeah, the kid's just going, "Holy fuck, man! Holy fuck!"
I'm going to spend a fate point and try again.
Yeah. Okay.
You're gonna reroll.
I'm gonna reroll. God damn it!
Okay. You can spend another fate point if you have another aspect that will help you.
Well, since I was a mechanic in the war, I'm going to. Well, no, that'll
What-
only give me
what-
+2.
can
We
reroll
need to
again.
take a roll drive, right?
He's trying to roll craft vehicles. To
Okay, I
hotwire
can
the car, which is
try
the
rolling
appropriate
drive
skill.
later because I have an aspect that'll help me.
Okay.
So you can re-roll again.
Yeah. Come on, show me what I got.
There it is.
There
we go. So there's this tense moment where you like rip the guts out of the car and you go to hotwire it and you realize there's like a computer like
fuck
built
is
into
this?
this thing. Yeah, to keep it like it's some sort of system specifically to keep it like security system to keep it from being hotwired. And as you just rip it out of the way, the alarm inside the Jeep starts going off. And wow, 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 wow.
God damn it.
In response, you hear moaning, and then like we get a shot of like the nearby mountain, and a group of zombies turn and notice the Jeep, and then you quickly.
Its headlights
and then
shining off
Yeah.
in the distance.
yeah, you see all these zombies, and then like you twist two wires together, and the Jeep goes and rumbles to life.
What's one of those tense moments where he clicks and he goes, shit. Roll again.
Do you want to? Do you want to drive the Jeep away now, Alex?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to drive.
Okay, make a drive check for me. Okay. I'm gonna roll like an attack for the zombies to see if they can try to cling to the Jeep as you drive off. I'll spend a fate point.
While he's getting ready to drive, can I start putting up the top on the Jeep?
Good idea.
Yeah.
Not like that'll do much.
So the Jeep spins off. Zombies come running out of the darkness and leap onto the back of it, and you start pulling the cloth top over to the arms of the Jeep. Oh. So zombies grab the Jeep. Charlotte, it is your turn. You want to try to put the top on the Jeep, or do you want to deal with the zombie who's trying to climb up the? Like he's got the spare tire.
Okay, yeah.
He's getting flung back as he.
I think I'm gonna use physique to try to kick it off the tire.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Well,
Do you want to use your defensible location thing?
yeah, I would like to use defensible location. I find a tire iron in the back.
Well, you could use it as a reroll or as a +2, but I got a 3.
So
So
I'd prefer to do the reroll.
okay, go ahead.
Okay.
Oh.
So you grab this tire iron, and bang on the side of this zombie's shoulder. The Jeep careens, but it's still climbing up onto the back of the Jeep, which makes it the kid's turn. He's gonna try to get a gun out, but I'm gonna see if he panics.
He pees himself.
He's like, fuck man, holy fuck man, and like the Jeep bounces and the case with his gun in it goes flying out of his hands and goes tumbling out of the Jeep.
Oh shit.
Shit.
Which makes it Robin's turn.
So I see that Charlotte's in trouble, but I mean Greg is also being continuously eaten, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and the Jeep is rapidly speeding away, like he's becoming a dot in the distance.
Oh, we're just leaving that asshole?
I mean, that's what.
He did.
That's
Poor
what.
thing.
He got bit. He's done.
Yeah, he told us
he was
once
gonna
you
do a
get
mercy
bit,
shot.
you're done.
Okay. Yeah, actually I was gonna go for a mercy shot while we're doing that. Can I I'm gonna use
Shoot
my
Greg?
hunting rifle to just get him right in the head.
Yeah, you shoot Greg. Greg.
At least
dead.
he'll like bleed out faster.
Me. So there's a I'm just gonna say he's dead. There's a Robin manages to get the case for her rifle out, sets it up on the back of the Jeep. The Jeep bounces once, and as it comes back down, there's another crack boom, and then we see like a close up of the bullet zipping into Greg's head, him falling dead, and the zombies like begin feeding on him. Which makes it. That was Robin. Jane.
Oh, my turn?
Mhm.
I'm gonna
There's a zombie
shoot
on the back
that-
of the Jeep.
Yeah, I'm gonna shoot that one.
Okay. Well, you're shooting.
Fuck, never mind.
Yeah, but
I'm
you got
gonna
a
use-
giant thing of
Yeah.
fate points.
I was gonna say I'm gonna use one of my fate points and re-roll that.
Yeah. Use your weekend shooter skill.
Yeah.
I got a 1, you got 3. Okay. Boom! The gun goes out. Your little, or not little. Your like custom 1911 goes off again, and the zombie peels off the back of the tire. Blah 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 blah. You hear the radio crackle, and a voice comes on it and says, "Brimstone protocol has been initiated. You have 1 hour to return to base."
Oh shit.
Oh, nice.
What do you guys do?
Return
I know a shortcut. Can I roll lore?
Yeah. And you got a stunt that I
Ooh.
give you. They'll give you a +2.
Should I put that in the modifier?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Damn.
Yeah. So you know a shortcut.
But it
that
may
will
be
get you there quicker.
it's off the main path, so it's not safety's not guaranteed.
Well, I mean, if we don't get there within the hour, then presumably we're gonna be just stuck out here with a fuck ton of zombies and a limited supply of ammo.
I mean,
And
Brimstone
gas.
sounds like they're gonna drop a nuke on the island.
Yeah, like a scorched earth thing.
Yeah.
I would agree.
with your lore roll, I will give you that, Ryan. You not only know a shortcut, you know that is exactly what the Brimstone Protocol is. They're gonna burn the entire island.
Oh God.
I guess
Okay,
things got
so-
out of hand.
What does our gas situation look like?
It looks
Make
fine.
a vehicle. Make a vehicle's craft roll, Alex. Let's find
Alright.
out what the gas situation looks like.
Oh no.
You just invented a gas situation.
No.
Okay.
You're fine. Yeah. Yeah. There's you quickly look down at the gas gauge, and there's like 3/4 of a tank in there.
Good Asian man filled it up before we left.
Yeah, you have plenty of gas.
Plenty of gas.
As the jeep speeds off into the dark. You guys gonna take the potentially more dangerous sidetrack that is quicker, or do you want to take the middle of the road? The way you took back. The way you took back was like 2 hours.
Oh shit, yeah.
No, we need to take the shortcut. But can I put the top
But, I mean,
up?
you weren't driving quickly on the way here, so you could make a drive roll to try to get there fast.
I say take the shortcut.
Can I be compelled to like start having problems sleeping?
Do you have insomnia or narcolepsy?
Well, narcolepsy kind of comes with insomnia because like if you aren't sleeping, you have to sleep
No.
at some point.
No, because I have insomnia and I do not have narcolepsy.
Yeah.
Do you,
Same.
do
I
you
just
nap at
stay
all?
awake forever.
No, I just
Oh.
don't sleep.
Oh, okay,
That's what insomnia is. You just don't sleep.
okay. Well, in that case, I'm just.
There aren't necessarily like biological reproductions. Like you might repercussions. You might go into some sort of like micro sleeps. You essentially like zone out. But that's. I did my undergraduate research in a sleep lab. Don't laugh at me, Ryan.
There
Biological
are
reproductions.
biological reproductions. It has nothing to do with insomnia.
Yeah.
Um,
That's what I was laughing at.
Okay.
I'm tired. I've had a little bit of the insomnia.
Well, I tell you what, if you guys want to call it for the night, we can. I'll have somebody make a drive roll. We'll find out how fast you get back to base.
Okay.
Drive,
All right.
drive.
So who wants to make the drive roll?
Doesn't Robin have some drive?
I have some drive because I'm a chronic shady customer.
So you guys are like, who's the best driver?
Yeah, who can take over?
I volunteer as tribute. And I'm gonna get us fucking killed.
Oh god.
I'm gonna spend a fate point and re-roll because I'm a chronic shady customer, so I'm used to making getaways.
Okay.
I'm so fucking
Negative.
sorry. Oh Jesus.
Well, that's a lot better.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Can I like shove her out of the way and try and do it
Yeah, like while we're driving away, like she's just gonna like elbow me the fuck out of the way.
Something that Alex could do,
Okay.
but you cannot chemistry. You can like have a fuel additive that might make it go faster
I-
and blow up the engine.
Nitrous.
Can I try to make a fuel additive
Yeah.
to improve her driving skill?
Oh geez.
Yeah.
Like a 5-hour energy, increase her focus.
100%.
All right, I'm gonna make that. All right, I got 3.
Okay. So I will add your rolls together and make it a 4. Does anybody have anything else they want to contribute to the do we die roll?
Wait, what if I used my is it will where I can convince people where I can hop on the radio and try to convince
That would be
them?
rapport.
Oh, I can try.
my report's +3.
My report, I think, is.
Can we tell them that we're coming and not the scorch or anything?
Each one of you can do
Mine
one
is
thing.
+4.
Okay, I'm gonna say
one thing.
what I did.
So you did your chemistry thing. So somebody can get on the radio and try to buy you time if they want.
I've got really good reports. Let me try that.
Okay.
Could be worse.
Could be me.
That's what.
They're gonna blow up the island. It's gonna be like a 6, like a 6 to get them to not blow up the island, right? Because they're more worried about the zombie containment.
Hmm.
I'm gonna try and use a fate point then, and use my personal assistant aspect because I know a lot of people and I'm good with working with people to try and
Okay.
redo that.
Yeah. Yeah. You
Never
can reroll
mind.
it. It got worse.
Mm.
Do you have any more aspects that you could use? Overly attached to your phone. You could spend a fate point on that and be like, I spend a lot of time communicating with people over my phone.
All right,
Ooh,
we'll
yeah.
do that.
A lot of
Okay.
time on Instagram.
Fuck, I'm so close.
Hmm.
Okay, so you're up to a 4. You've got 3 aspects. You can have up to 5. So we can add an aspect to your character sheet right now that will
Okay.
help you with this. But you got to come up with something about your character that will help. And this is your last fate point too.
Come on, guys, help me out here. What kind of aspect can
To really convince them that
Yeah, something about her character that makes her good at like dealing with people.
Silver tongue,
That
that's a good
or
one.
her reputation.
social opportunist. There you go.
Oh,
I
I,
opportunist.
I like the idea. I like social opportunists, and I like the
Yeah.
idea that you're using the fact that Susie's character is famous.
Yeah.
All right,
You don't
I'm
want
gonna
that
do
music.
that then and spend my last
Okay.
fate point to try and convince them to hold off a little bit longer before blowing up the island.
They don't want her name in the headlines that they're the ones that killed her.
Yeah, basically.
Okay.
It'll make this incident get a lot more attention than it should.
All right. So with all of that, I will say, Jane jumps on the radio and starts radioing, saying, "No, we're coming. You got to give us time." Bill is like, "I know a shortcut. We'll go this way." At some point, you guys pull over, and Robin jumps into the driver's seat, and I think Sergeant Caraway, you take up like a shooting position at the back, standing up. And while you guys are pulled over, Charlotte just runs over, opens the gas tank, and dumps something into the gas tank, puts it back on.
That's not
and then
good
climbs
at
back
all.
to the car. And then she's just sitting there nervously, like, shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit.
Oh,
And when,
jeez.
when you recrank the Jeep, you see her tense for a moment. And then, and yeah, well, so you guys speed off back toward the
With
docks.
flames coming out of the exhaust.
Yeah, and the, like, pop, 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 as the thing tries out to blow up. Like, as you pull up at the dock, like, the engine is, like, glowing orange, and just the engine compartment goes up in fire. And I think the last thing we'll see is, like, the boat pulling away. Somewhere along the line, the obnoxious kid gets killed.
He just falls out of the Jeep.
Yeah, the boat. The last thing we see is like the boat pulling away with like a few scraggling survivors on it as drones come rocketing out of the sky, and then the whole island just turns to fire.
Like napalm.
Yeah, it's just burned.